Welcome back, Keepers, to Keepers of the Fire.
This episode, our guest is Nora Mae. During the episode, we talk about her songwriting process, her EP, the evolution of her music, and we also get into making AI make you feel better about yourself and how to actually feel better about yourself.
It's also our first episode where we have musical performances. We have one in the middle and we have one at the end.
Nora Mae is a singer-songwriter. I know. You're wondering what kind of music does she make? And I'm going to tell you. She blends sultry jazz with modern chill and draws listeners into her unique sonic universe.
She's the granddaughter of the legendary Eartha Kitt. She invites her audiences into a world where daydreams meet reality. Are you hearing this? Daydreams meet reality.
Her songs, perfect for both intimate dinner parties and reflective evenings, are imbued with a sultry, James Bond-esque vibe that captivates and enchants. Drawing from her rich legacy, she offers a fresh, timeless sound that resonates across generations, establishing herself as a unique voice in contemporary music. You can find Nora on all music platforms. Nora Mae is also one of our great friends who we've had amazing conversations with, and we think you're absolutely going to love her energy and her perspective on the world.
This introduction to Nora Mae is much like how I actually met her in real life, which is around a campfire. So we hope you enjoy episode 3. Sorry.
Line.
Damn it,
She was pissed is what it was.
She was looking at you like...
Speak. Arguably funnier.
Well, that just shows how special that moment really was.
Yeah.
That really was
That really we tried to see how special it was. It was pretty special.
It was
We'll never be able to recreate
once in a
that.
lifetime, maybe.
Yeah, we'll never
Once
have
in a
it again,
lifetime,
dude.
or maybe next episode, Molly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe next time.
All right, are we all good? We can start with the rituals.
I'm letting go of rushing because I feel like sometimes I'll get lost in trying to get to the next thing in my day, or like the next thing in life in general, you know? I'm just like trying to focus on chilling in the present moment, no matter what's going on.
No matter
or
what's happening around
just
you.
like if there's any distractions, just not even acknowledging them and just keep pushing on through and like, you know what I mean? Just not really, rushing to get to what you have to say, because it doesn't matter if people can hear you or not, because I'm not even rushing to finish what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna let that go.
I love it.
It's so good.
I'm letting go. What did I write down here? I am letting go of attachment to outcome. Yeah, I feel like just allowing things to be exactly what they are instead of trying to control the situation or need to know what the outcome is something I'd love to
Yeah.
send off in 2024.
Beautiful.
I am letting go of people-pleasing tendencies. Letting myself be compromised because I'm trying to put the needs of others ahead of it, and not in a way that is to be insensitive to others or not to keep others in mind, but not to overextend myself for the sake of someone else in the belief that, oh, I'm going to help, when really, when you kind of go against what you're feeling, you don't help. Because you build resentment, they may not receive that in the same energy as if you were lovingly able to give them what you could, or if your cup was full and it's overflow, as opposed to let me pour from my cup and be empty. So little things that come up where I'm just trying to, when you boil down to it, it's like I'm just people pleasing right now. This isn't actually what feels best. So letting that go.
Beautiful. Oh, that's my cue. I'm gonna cleanse this bad boy. Just throw the whole stick.
Yeah, just fine in there.
Can I have another one? Thank you so much.
Get a little closer to the fire every time there, Nora. Just you can set it in there too.
There you go. I think that'll
Actually,
catch.
that's gonna. That's
good.
It
You
caught.
did that.
That's well on its way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It just took a little extra letting go.
Yeah, exactly. It was just one for each
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
things we were letting go. It was-
Ooh.
that was good. Oh, okay, so that's cleansing the fire. The bad
Already
boy,
smells
as you
good.
called it. It does smell so good. Palo
smells
Santo
great.
is so nice.
Might be the best smelling wood there is.
Oh.
I don't want to say. I don't want to divide the room, but
Right.
or
I
make
mean, we do
controversial
smell a
things.
lot of different
I'd hate
kinds
to
of
pit wood
maybe.
against wood, but
Yeah, that's just,
Hate to make it a wood
I don't want to put you
thing.
between wood and a hard place.
Hate to make it a wood thing.
Yeah.
I'm calling in abundance and all the best parts of our lives for anyone who hears this. May you be ever abundant.
it's beautiful.
Hooray.
Well, little overlap. I'm calling in abundance, love,
Whoa.
and play.
And play? That's a good one.
And I think I'm really just excited for like playtime. Like I just want to
Playtime
like
is
life
important.
should be also play.
Yeah. I think keeping your fire involves play.
For sure.
100%.
You gotta play to keep a healthy fire.
Yeah, you really do.
I'm calling in. So we've gotten a lot for our audience. It sounds like already.
Yeah.
That we've called in, and I
We
think
love them.
just to send it home, I'm calling in peace
Oh,
for the
beautiful.
audience. You know what I mean? So we have
Yeah.
abundance, we
Beautiful.
have love, we have peace.
With
Uh,
I actually wasn't calling it in for the audience. Mine was sort of a solo journey. So
That's also okay.
That's also very-
we
that's
all
also
very
keep our own
powerful.
fires at
want
the end
that
of the
for
day.
you
It's a
guys
good
Exactly.
lesson.
too.
Yeah.
Good lesson.
It's most important to call in things for yourself sometimes. Yeah.
Have to.
And also, I'm calling in this piece for myself as well.
Yeah. Of course, of course.
I include myself in
Of
everyone.
course.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
Gorgeous.
well,
Did you see
welcome
that?
back.
Really, like,
What happened?
It like
happened?
sparked a little
That's that piece.
I like the
moment.
piece, yeah.
It likes that piece.
Welcome back, Keepers of the Fire. We are your hosts, Eman Esfandi,
And Journey Bailey,
and we are with the lovely,
extravagant,
talented,
magnificent,
seductive,
down to earth,
intelligent,
creative,
sensual,
mastermind,
powerful,
goddess.
one and only Nora Mae.
That was sensational. Thank you guys.
Of course.
Oh wow. I feel that was so special.
I feel like we
And
didn't say
unexpected.
enough, honestly.
Yeah, I could have kept going.
Yeah, I thought we were just
Oh my
getting
God.
started.
I love you both so dearly. Thank you for having me. I'm honored, truly honored
Yeah.
to be here with you both.
Well, thank you for being here. We are honored to have you. We know you're a keeper of fire yourself.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah,
Very
I
much
believe
so.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. We
Thank
like
you.
to start the podcast with a simple question.
And that question is, how was your day today, Nora Mae?
My day was lovely. Really lovely. I got coffee with a friend who I hadn't seen in like 5 years.
Nice.
And so it was funny because I feel like when you catch up with someone that you haven't seen in that amount of time, there's no way to obviously go into depth about every little thing that you've missed in the 5 years. So you get to sort of do like a zoom out at a glance for yourself
Yeah.
and a recap. And it was so cool to even think for myself about all that's happened in the last 5 years
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me and for him and for the world. And yeah, it was kind of wild looking back and feeling, a lot of pride and humility and, really excited about all the growth that I feel like I've done. And so I had a lot of taking stock today of the last several years, and it was very, very nice. It was really lovely. How about your guys' day?
That sounds like a magnificent day.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
really special perspective
Thank you.
to
Yeah.
dive into for a day.
Like you went through like a cosmic
Went a little cosmic.
odyssey.
Almost
Yeah.
like a trip.
A bit.
My day was incredible. I was up late with a pal. Shout out, Jake. And decided, okay, I'm not going to do the sprints that I had planned to do in the morning. I'm just going to sleep in. Slept in till about 1 p.m., which just feels good also. Like,
Yep.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's Sunday. Let's sleep until 1 p.m. It's a full moon last night. Intense.
Yeah.
Intense.
It was a
Retrograde's
full
over.
moon.
And then, just got ready to come here. Basically did some tasks at home, some emails and all that, but then was like, all right, today's about Nora Mae.
You've pretty much been podcasting the whole day.
Pretty much.
Preparing for it.
Yeah.
This guy wakes up and it's just podcasts.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
life.
That's
Yeah.
a life. It's a lifestyle.
Living,
It's a
breathing.
lifestyle, yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
My day's also been great because of knowing I was coming here. So that was nothing I'd like to throw in there.
I have been looking forward to this all day
Yeah.
too. Yeah. My day was great. I woke up and went hiking.
Gorgeous.
I've never been hiking in LA before. I lived here. Yeah, I lived
Wow.
wherever I am and for 2.5 years. Didn't. I've always wanted to go hiking because I grew up in the Northwest, and so like I've missed it. And it was so beautiful. It was like kind of up by Griffith.
Oh,
And,
I'd love it up there.
There's so many cool like trails. It was so smoggy though, but even
Yeah.
within the smog, it's beautiful. It's just you look up and so that was magnificent. But then I couldn't find my car.
Oh, what?
Because
Yes, of course.
because I came down. Me and the person I was with, we went down a different way than we came up. To explore.
Yeah.
And
You're adventurers. I know you.
Classic.
Yeah. So you.
And so we come out and we're like, where are we? This is what we asked ourselves.
Yes, of course.
And
And we thought to ourselves, where are we?
we just we made this gut decision initially. We're like, well, it's definitely not left. It's definitely. So that only means it must be right. So we go right, and then we walk for 10 minutes. We realize it probably wasn't right. So we go back to where we were.
Yeah.
Then we go left, and then eventually, 30 minutes later, we arrived at the car. And thank goodness. For a second, I was imagining I'm still out there, during this.
We're setting up the podcast.
Yeah, he'll be here any minute for sure. Johnny will come through.
He always shows up.
Not
Eventually.
even
here.
lost in the trails of nature. I'm just lost around the Griffith streets, just walking around. And so we found the car and then just came here pretty much.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Stunning day.
Now, Nora, I cannot, and I'm sure Journey feels the same way, hold back my excitement and how much I want to say to you about how amazing hearing you perform just now was.
Incredible.
With Jacob on the
Yes.
guitar. That was very special for both of us, all of us here. And as soon as you were rehearsing, Eliana and I were like,
Yeah,
Oh
it kind of dawned on,
my
I think,
God.
everybody. We're like, oh yeah, this is about to be amazing. This is about to be
and it
insane.
really was. It was
Thank you,
really
guys.
beautiful. I mean, I've heard you perform live. I've seen you rock shows. And I've also seen you take to a random upright piano and just perform some random night or by a fire.
Yeah.
But it was just so special to see it in a world where it is a performance, but it is still us hanging with Nora Mae by the fire, which we've done before.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was really, really beautiful. I love your voice, and somehow the fire played its part in your song. Your voice was somehow taming and altering the fire.
I think your kind of your essence as an artist to me lends itself very well to fire
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've always felt you kind of have there's a smokiness quality to your music that I love. And where does smoke come from?
Yeah.
I never connected that.
Don't
till
you
just
know
then,
it?
but
Bernie, you said
Don't you
it.
know it?
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, beautiful compliments. Thank you so
course.
much. It was such a blast. And I feel that it was very much Eliana, our lovely producer, was
Yes.
saying it's very low stakes, not in a way, not because it's illegitimate in any way, but because it is natural. No, because this is such a legit. I'm blown.
What did you say?
And that's sort of my backhanded compliment of
Doesn't really
saying,
matter, does it?
yeah, in sort of a way, kind of illegitimate. No, I'm actually blown away by what a legitimate operation is happening around me. If you guys could see what this set looks like, I'm
She
blown
has been
away.
saying that.
I'm blown away.
And said that
Nora's
multiple
defense.
times, actually. Everyone
But-
listening's legit. We're
It's really
legit.
legit.
I love performing where it's low stakes.
Promise. But yeah, it felt very low stakes in terms of the fact that I really did feel like I was just around the campfire with friends, and it didn't need to be perfect. It's not really about, oh, let me show off. It's kind of like, let's just have this moment.
Yeah.
And I think it was also interesting for me because I have been doing so many more full band shows, and to do something that's so much more intimate is nice because of that lack of pressure to perform so much and be perfect. Like it's really just more about like the connection and the songs and the moment. And I also got to play Sweet Serenity, which I have never played live.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I haven't played it at my shows.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like one of the first
That's why I
times
had
I
my
met
phone
you.
out.
Is it possible? Could this be a true memory that like you
Yes.
were at a piano at Eman's
Yes.
place and you were like playing
That I
that and
played,
maybe
yeah.
you're singing like some of it?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've heard you sing Serenity in person before.
I think I had just written it.
I was going to say you were working on it.
I was working
That's so
on it.
You
beautiful.
were working on that.
And we were at
That's
that first
special.
place in Silver Lake.
and we
at
were
that
on the
upright
fire
piano.
that night.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
That was a fire playing music
Maybe
by the
that
fire
was our
night.
first bonfire there, actually.
could have been.
I think it
Yeah.
was the
It
first
could
like
have been.
weekend you were there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was working on it. And I mean, that was truly probably the last time I've performed it for anybody. Wow. Yeah.
That is very
cool.
special to hear.
So
I feel so blessed to
so
like
lucky.
get
I
a glimpse
honestly-
of it back then and then have it come to fruition.
very full circle.
Full circle, and it was the one that it's almost like I've been wanting to hear it live, and I've come to see. I saw your EP release, and so I was like, I'd really love to hear this song live. And I was even as I was playing through your music again, that was the one right before we got back into the podcast. I just had it on repeat, and I was like, I love this song.
Oh.
And then you're rehearsing with Jacob, and you were like, "Do we do Sweet Serenity?" And in my head, I was like,
I have to
I
give
didn't want to
Jacob.
influence
I
you.
have to
I was
give-
like, I don't have a dog in this fight.
I'm just watching. You do whatever song you want.
Don't
Whatever
mind
song you
me,
like.
don't
I have to give Jacob credit for that. He was like, I
Yeah.
love that song. We should do it.
Oh,
like
so
you
he
should
just-
do it.
It was. I know it wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned. I didn't know he learned it. I didn't know he
Did
was
he
prepared.
learn it? Like,
yeah.
how is that? Like, did he have it learned, or did he just pick it up right now?
He was just listening to it. I mean, the beautiful thing about such talented musicians is that, especially when Jacob is an amazing artist in his own right, but he's also a great session and touring musician. So he can listen to a song and pick it up pretty instantly. So just when he was
That's so
rehearsing
impressive.
for California's Crying, he was just going through the rest of the EP and listened to Sweet Serenity and was like, oh, I love this song, and just kind of tooled around with it.
Oh wow, yeah.
So he
Just
came
hears
in.
it, like, yeah, I could do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And it's not a particularly hard song. I'm pretty sure it's like 3 or 4 chords, and it just kind of repeats the whole time. But yeah, he was the reason that we ended up doing it. I was kind of only planning on doing California's Crying, and that was his idea. And because this feels like such an intimate setting, I haven't been doing it live because the shows I've been playing have been so much more high energy,
Yeah.
and you want to read the room a little bit of the audience. And I'm like, I don't want to take away from the set being exciting and getting people moving and in it by stripping it back completely and doing a ballad.
Sure.
So I've been hesitant to perform it at the shows just because I want to keep it higher energy and keep it moving a bit. And sometimes that can take people out of it. So this felt like, actually this would be like a natural way
Yeah.
for us to incorporate that and make it feel really intimate, which obviously is just built into the song. Of having that, intimacy. I also think that it's a song that the lyrics of it are so special and personal to me that I struggle with performing it to a larger audience because it feels so vulnerable.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's really, it's not really, honestly, yeah, it kind of has a rhyming scheme, but most of it was really just like journaling, like stream of consciousness
Right.
more so.
Yeah.
So yeah, it feels like it's more meant for, like designed for something like this. So yeah, I gotta thank you to Jacob for that
being
idea.
there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow,
What a
a
guy.
lot of lucky.
What a guy.
What a guy.
What a guy.
One
Great
in a
hair.
million.
Great hair.
Great hair.
Oh
You
my
guys will
gosh.
see.
Yeah.
And that brings me to the point of those listening. We got to watch her live, and you
Yeah.
guys will, if you stick around right after the Stoke break, you'll hear California's Crying by Nora Mae, Jacob something on the guitar.
So literally Jacob
Literally
something.
Jacob something.
His
That's
artist name is quite literally Jacob,
Jacob
something.
something. Brilliant.
Mr. Something and
Mr. Something
Mr.
and Miss
Something.
May.
And until then, you just have to hear how much we loved it. And could we actually?
So sorry.
Could I ask? between these two songs, are they related? Are they about similar people? Is it involving a similar situation, or are they from sort of different epochs?
Similar situation in terms of, honestly, the entire EP. I mean, the EP in its entirety is kind of like a story in itself. So it starts, there is a beginning, a middle, and an end. And Sweet Serenity is the end. And California's Crying is somewhere in the middle. And so it leads into that in terms of like the lyrics of California's Crying are very much about some more self-reflection and bringing that in and acknowledging my own patterns and then things I want to no longer do in those patterns. And then Sweet Serenity is sort of the ending realization of kind of like shedding this final layer of all of the story that happens throughout the EP. So like the arc of the EP, it kind of, I guess, hits its peak a little bit at California's Crying. And then that's the second to last song. And then, so it leads naturally into Sweet Serenity. Those are the last two songs on the EP. So it kind of is like a one after the other.
They're meant to be heard like that.
Yeah. Because it goes California's Crying. It's like this big, more powerful moment of like owning your power, discovering things that you love and don't love and that you want and don't want to continue on to do. And then Sweet Serenity is kind of like the final bow, so to speak.
Yeah,
and it is
have the epiphany. And then,
have the epiphany. And then the final bow.
I think I'm having an epiphany.
It's like the epiphany and then the surrendering, which is literally the final word of Sweet Serenity. It's just that
End
like
of the EP.
surrendering.
That's my favorite part
End
of
of
that
the EP.
song.
End of the EP.
Yeah.
I love that's really powerful the way that ends.
Thank you.
I
And
always love that.
and so getting into this EP, what does it start with, and what's it called, and you know, where can we listen to it?
It starts with and is called, so the namesake is Mad Woman, which
Love that.
love you guys, which is really, and you can listen to the Mad Woman EP anywhere you stream your music. You read my mind. I was going to say, I think that this is
We're all thinking it. We're all keepers.
we're all keeping
all
we're all
locked in.
keepers. Yeah.
All our keeper senses were tingling.
My
not
keeper
my
senses were
first fire.
tingling. And it really starts with like anger and resentment and confusion. And it's from this fiery mad woman. It's like, you know, you mess with the bull, you get the horns kind of perspective, and how that starts to shift the more introspection and self-reflection we do of like, okay, well, maybe not so much that all the time. And it leads through to, you know, the second song is What a Shame, which is still sort of a little bitterness and resentment. And then it starts to bring in a little more self-reflection of like, how didn't you though, is still a little upset and confused, but more aware, self-aware of, I understand like how this happened, but I'm still kind of pissed about it. And then the EP takes a break. There's like an intermission of sorts. And that's Croissance Lente, which is slow growth. And it's like a French poem that I wrote and love, and then had myself and Lucas Bravo on it. And we just kind of like, it weaves in between our voices the whole time. And it sort of mirrors like dual parallel healing journeys with like a, you know, a lover or a relationship or a friendship, whatever it is that you're moving on from, and how it's this like recognition of the fact that it really is like it's the intermission. It's the pause of even myself, like how I, in my own story, in my own journey, took a step back to take the time and realize everything happens exactly as it's meant to. Something that my grandma used to always say was like, the way that you learn how to exist and coexist in the world is by watching nature. Because like, just look at the animal kingdom and how things in nature exist. Everything has its place. Everything has the food chain, the way that things feed into each other, how things decompose and then things grow from that. And patience, even how certain animals like hunt, and just things that you learn in nature. And nature is never in a rush because there's no thing that it has to be other than what it is. And that ultimate me pulling back and realizing that you don't have to force things to be anything other than what they are was my kind of turning point in my own story of understanding that there was so much that I was trying to force and control that you just kind of can't, like, that's not life, is trying to force and control. You have to allow things to be what they are. Because while I believe that we all have elements of higher power and divinity and God in us, we don't play God. You know, we can't play God like that. You have to allow things to be who they are, how they are, people to be who they are, and you can either accept it or reject it, but you cannot change it. And then it's just about moving forward from there. And so then the EP kind of comes back after this like little interlude moment of that, and like two parallel healing journeys of both kind of coming to that that realization in two different ways, parallel to each other, but acknowledging it about each other, which is also healing in its own way, of our voices sort of mirroring each other and blending into one until they, you know, are kind of seamless. And then it goes into California's Crying, and that's really the epiphany of like, oh, it's hit me. I learned it, and now I know I don't want this anymore. If I didn't know myself better, I would do all these old things that I used to do, old patterns, but I don't, it's too late for that. I know too much now. Yeah. I can't do that anymore. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to set out for instead. And then leads into Sweet Serenity, which is the ultimate, the finality, like the finale of, okay, shedding the layer, and now we're done.
That's beautiful.
That is so beautiful.
Thank you.
I have a question about the writing process of that. So it sounds like that EP is kind of like detailing this emotional evolution that you just described. And I'm wondering if you wrote the songs in that order as you were going through them, or were some of them in like retrospect that you made?
It's a great question.
Reflecting?
It's a great question. Yes, they were completely out of order. Okay. How Didn't You, though, was the first song that I wrote, which is the third track. And then it was California's Crying, which is the fourth. Then it was maybe Croissants Lentes, I don't remember. And then I can't remember if Sweet Serenity or Mad Woman was last. I think maybe Mad Woman was like second to last. What a Shame was in there somewhere. I don't exactly remember. So it was completely out of order.
Yeah. It was just kind of like, you're writing as you're processing what you've been through.
Yeah, and then there was stuff that was in retrospect. I mean, for the longest time, it was going to be the California's Crying EP.
Wow.
Because Mad Woman wasn't written yet. And I thought that was going to be...
Mad Woman came later.
That was one of the last ones we wrote. And I thought that California's Crying was really going to be the big song of it. So I thought that was going to be the first single and the namesake of the EP. I had kind of put like stock into California's Crying being the center of the story more so. And then once I wrote Mad Woman retrospectively, realized that felt like that was the start of the story. And also a cooler name.
Sick name.
Sick name.
Good branding.
And it's honest. It's like in no offensive way. It is so you in some ways. Like there's this power to the word Mad Woman. It's like you're taking back ownership of this stereotype that a woman who is emotional is hysterical, crazy, mad. Yeah. And then there's this illustrious, deepened, well-defined exploration of the anger and the hurt and the pain and the self-reflection. And it's like you taking ownership of the term Mad Woman.
Thank you.
And it being the opposite. It's like that's a very well-centered, very self-aware, very emotionally intelligent woman.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really such a cool name.
I do feel like I took it back. Yeah, I took Mad back a bit, which I love. Mad cool again. I'm making Mad very cool again.
I'm bringing Mad back. Yeah.
I'm bringing Mad. That's it. We're gonna remix that, and so that's the next single.
Man don't know how to act. Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, it does feel like kind of taking the power back of Mad. Because I think about it too with like, it's very cinematic naturally. And you see all these, femme fatale characters, how they're played. And the people love a little deviousness. Like there's a sultry, there's a sexiness to having some sort of like villainy, and especially in women who are often, it's like the scorned woman who then turns around and gets her revenge after all, when women are often so not allowed or, championed in having that kind of power.
Right.
It is cool to be like, there is nothing wrong with being the mad one. Listen.
That was so good. That moment I think I'm having
There's a reason that was the first song. We moved away from that one. But no, I do think that there is power in, we're only human.
Right.
And we are all going to have our moments of a bit of madness where it kind of starts to peek through the mask that we all keep on all the time of keeping it together. And I think that is also completely okay and good to call out, that we're all allowed those human moments of when the mask slips, as long as you can have self-awareness in it. But yeah, no, it doesn't necessarily, I think like taking words, like crazy and mad and back in a way that's cinematic in nature can sometimes just be fun for art, and also can a lot of times be a deeper, shedding of judging yourself for having those moments, which I think we all are allowed to do.
I feel that way most of the time.
Yeah, no.
That's like
Mad
my
woman.
baseline.
I really
I'm like a mad woman most of the time.
Yeah.
I feel a little
On the
bad and
inside.
dangerous
On the
sometimes.
inside.
I wanted to point out one of the things you said. One, I agree. It's like very honoring of the feelings we have. It's like different than I'm angry, and instead of not feeling angry because we think we shouldn't, it's like, no, I feel angry.
Yeah.
I'm going to honor them, validate them, affirm those feelings, even transmute them into a song or whatever you make. And then you mentioned the mask slipping. Like this mask we all keep on of like, I'm put together, I'm good, I'm not bothered, I'm unaffected, I'm fine, it's not a big deal. But then the mask slips, and it's an interesting thing because the mask is different for everybody. We mask in different ways.
Yeah.
I used to, I was in an acting class when I first started acting in Austin, and so many unconscious masking things that I was unaware of. I was like 20. And I'm in the class, and someone's like really grilling me in some acting exercise. Like they're really getting in my face, and I'm just smiling and laughing. I'm like, dude, you're mad, Like I'm just like trying to laugh it off. And then at the end, my acting coach was like, yeah, and you, Eman, you do this thing where you hide behind your smile. You just charm people with the smile, try to turn everything down. But we need you to just, whatever you're really feeling, that's where you got to be. And I'm like, I don't hide behind a smile. I'm like,
Says with a smile on his
while
face.
smiling, embarrassed, right? So I'm embarrassed in this
course.
moment, so I smile and laugh. It's like
It's our defense mechanism.
it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
I must have learned it from some old leading man, smiley movie character who's just like, I'm fine. You know? Johnny Bravo or something. You know what I mean?
It's an armor.
It's an armor. And as I've grown up, and I'm sure all of us have the same experience, you start to realize the masks you wear and when to put them down, or when they're coming up and you're like, I don't need them to come up. I can feel this, right? And sometimes it's not only the mask slipping, but you taking it off. Like, oh, I'm going to stop pretending I'm good. But when the mask slips or when it breaks open, sometimes it just does.
Yeah.
And it's incredible how explosive the thing you create from it can be, i.e. Mad Woman, the EP. It's
you.
really cool.
Thank you.
And to know that it is a dissection of the thing that you've used to try to be, composed, and this be like the, the outpour of that.
Well, that's really the whole EP is like Mad Woman is the slipping of the mask, or Mad Woman is kind of like the mask's display.
You're right.
And then the EP is like the slipping back of the mask. It like continues to slip back throughout the EP.
Yeah.
And then till the fact where you get to Sweet Serenity, and it's like the mask is no longer
Yeah,
on by the time you get to Sweet Serenity.
Yeah.
Because you've fully put it down. You're like acknowledging how ego plays it and all the mirroring and everything.
Yeah, you're at acceptance with it. It's like the final stage of like, okay, everything's actually like at peace and fine after that roller coaster.
And you also...
God, thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank God
Happy
for
to hear that you're
for
on
Serenity.
that Sweet Serenity.
Yeah.
The other side of anger, right? It being the start of it, I think is so cool because anger is really coming from a reaction to pain.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. If
You
you're
know?
really paying attention, like when you feel it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It gets down to that softer ballad where you end, and it's like, oh, right.
Yeah.
This is how we are deep down. We're all like soft and
Yeah.
gentle, kind.
Yeah, we all just want to be loved and have.
And love.
Yeah. And it's. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you put it perfectly. I can't.
Oh, well, only because I heard your EP.
You should have heard me try to explain it before. I was stumbling, lost for words. Lost in the streets.
I'm so glad that I could give you some context. You're welcome. You're welcome.
No, the context is beautiful. It really is.
Yeah.
I know you've told us some about it throughout the making of it, but to hear it now in total, it's like,
It's like, I'm so sorry you went through that experience for like the pain of it. But like, God, like, such good music came from it.
Thank
It's
you.
like, and there's something beautiful about taking a very difficult, challenging experiences, because experiences like that are some of the most intense, that we go through in life. And but to like capture like so many different segments of the emotions that you went through, like so vividly, and do them justice. And it was interesting, you saying that Mad Woman always wasn't the lead single, because like the project feels like a project that's just filled with lead singles. It's a project of bangers. You know what I mean? There's no fat on it whatsoever. Like each song, you're like, whew, you know what I mean? Like, you could have performed any song for us on there. Like all of them would have been like, mind blowing.
Thank you so much.
it plays like a movie in a way. It's very,
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Talk dirty to me. That is really all I
like a
wanted.
classic
It was like-
1964 black and white romance film.
Exactly what I
cinema.
was. That was exactly what I was going for. Because I wanted it to feel like that. I mean, I really wanted it to feel. I like that the listener gets to go on the journey with me from beginning to end. Get to go on the journey.
I could not think
With
about
me.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
I love that Journey gets to come on the journey with me as well.
Journey also
I'm
on
always,
the journey
I'm
with
always
you.
there.
Yeah,
on
Journey's
everyone's
kind of always
journey.
there.
Come
If
on.
I've ever
Default.
been on a journey before, I was there.
For sure. And you've been pretty much on every
I've been
journey.
part of every journey. I'm synonymous with journey. I am journey.
you kind of
I am the
are a
witness.
journey in a way.
Yeah. So
In a way.
I've been there.
Yeah.
And I'll always be there.
Yeah. That makes sense for you. I see that for you.
Yeah.
So you have this very cinematic aesthetic and allure to all of your artwork and your branding and the style and the things you wear. You look like this iconic woman in a film still or something like that. And then it's your music packaging. And is that because of your love of film? Did you first fall in love with film? Have you always made music? Like, what came first between the loves that you have clearly between cinema and music?
What came first? I think they've always sort of been hand in hand. I think my love of cinema really matured later on. I think I've always just loved movies growing up. I loved, watching movies with friends, and I started to take it more seriously later on. I mean, I'm from a musical theater background, so I loved acting, and music always went hand in hand for me. So it kind of was always together. And I also think I was very conscious at a very young age of how they played into each other. From the time that I was young, I really paid attention to film scores and how music affected cinema in a way. Yeah. And I think that my love of music consciously came first, and creating music came first, but I always knew how closely linked they were in my mind and how much I loved them and how they felt important to each other. Yeah, I think that similar to how I when I read books, I am playing the movie of the book in my head. That's kind of what happens when I'm making music too. Like as I'm writing it, I'm seeing it play out like a scene in a movie.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, so I kind of write like that. Where I usually make the storyboards of what the visuals will look like or a music video. I'll literally make a storyboard of a music video, even if I have no intention of making the music video.
So you just like center the creativity.
Yeah, to really immerse in the world of it. Also, sometimes I'll go into a session where I have a concept for a song and I want to really make Molly, and I really want to make the writers or the producer or whatever in the room understand where I'm at and be there with me,
Yeah.
I'll show them the mood board or the storyboard and
Oh, yeah.
be like,
It's
this
a
is kind of,
reference, like, this type beat.
give them this type beat.
This type this type shit.
Yeah, so kind of like this.
Hey, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here
We
right
are
now.
here.
Don't
Hey,
forget it.
picture
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I can take you right off this vision
Knock me
board.
right out.
You're like, picture this, and then you just like move your hands to
Yeah.
the picture.
And the producer's like,
Can you make a beat
like-
like this?
It's
can you
just
make
when
a
look
beat
down,
that
it's
looks like
stick
this?
fingers. We think it's like
It's this.
cave painting.
Cave painting?
Cave your
Can you
hand
make
like
this?
handprints of stuff.
So kind of
like
think
a
this.
cutout of you in like a black gown though, like you like pasted it on like a cardboard cutout.
Like a magazine
Like a
scrapbook.
magazine scrapbook cover. You're like, this is the vibe.
This is what we're going for. My producers would be like, yes.
I see it.
We can definitely
totally
do
make
that.
that.
Yeah, I have just the hi-hat for that.
Ooh.
That's crazy. I know
buddy.
what snare to use for that.
Molly, your tail in that fire is making me a little nervous, girl.
She had a little baby tail.
A little baby tail.
Little baby. If she had the full tail,
Yeah.
that's gone in the fire.
Journey goes, she had a full tail before this podcast.
When I look at it, I'm thinking about it burning.
Oh, we love you, Molly. We love,
Love you, Molly.
We love you. Yeah,
Molly's the
absolutely.
best. She really is. We
she
have
is.
the right security dog.
Yeah.
She caught a mouse.
I heard it was
Yes.
a rat.
It's a mouse. No, she keeps accidentally calling it a rat, but it was a mouse. It was this big.
Oh,
It was cute.
Yeah, it was really, really cute.
Oh, that
It
makes
was
me a little
cute
more
little
sad.
mouse. It was a little
but,
sad.
She's a perfect guard dog.
She
Truly.
is. She
She's
earns
protecting the
her
integrity
check.
of the set.
She really did. We assigned it to her, I think, on one of the first episodes, and she really took it seriously.
Yeah, she heard.
She wants it, it's the holidays. She wants that,
Her bonus,
holiday,
her Christmas
time
bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's working
Trying to go
overtime.
above and beyond.
That's
She's
so
doing
funny.
it. Don't worry, Molly.
Wow,
that
that's
bonus
so
is
cool.
as good as yours.
Do you keep these lookbooks that you make, or these storyboards? You have them all?
I have most of them.
Like,
I have them either just like on my phone or on. Sometimes I
cool.
just make them on like Pinterest. I'll make a Pinterest board, like a secret board that I'll just have it just be the title of the song, and I'll just pin a bunch of stuff that I feel, whether it's colors or clothing or even like a landscape of something that just puts me, or sometimes it's just like art, like drawings
Yeah.
or paintings, that puts me in the world of it. I remember there was like a song that I wrote that it's not out, but I made a storyboard, and it's basically I would take different shots from. Yes.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Yes.
It'll be all right.
Okay. Yes.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that's good.
Okay.
That's good?
Yeah,
I think
I
so.
think that's good.
Nice fire.
I took some stills from the original Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
And basically built like its own different story, but just with stills from it. And it felt very much like immersing into the world
Yeah.
of the cinema. If I could have created
Yeah, your movie.
that's like my total
you
movie.
were inspired by that, like,
I think-
vibe and essence.
Yeah,
of
I
that
think
film.
so.
I
It's-
really see that.
Like,
and I
it's-
love that.
It's
like, that
very
film.
fun. It's a fun movie. It's still cinematic.
Yeah.
Obviously their chemistry is off the charts, and she is like, the blueprint of a modern, I think, femme fatale in that role and in a lot of her roles. And yeah, I think it was fun and sexy, but still playful, which I like to bring into a lot of my music, but still kind of the spy heist vibe that's in there, the action parts of it that I like to play on. So that was definitely something that made it into a few of the mood boards.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Like when you explain it, it's like, oh yes, of course.
Yeah, you can see
those
it.
things are directly connected.
You can get
yeah,
it,
like
right?
thank you. That's
Yeah.
like connected the dots for me.
I'm so happy to do it. I'm so happy to do that.
As you've begun releasing music and putting out larger and larger projects and starting to perform live more and create videos or even like this, do podcasts and things like that, has there been any change that you feel or evolution in just your relationship to being a musician? Nora Mae, is that how you started out? Like you knew it would be Nora Mae? Is that the first name that came to you? Were there other artist names? You
Yeah.
know, like what's evolved, would you say, in this?
Oh, so much has evolved. I mean, from the inception of the creation of my music career to now, so much has changed. I mean, I started writing my own music when I was a teenager. I recorded my first demo EP at 15.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Similar to him.
Yeah.
he was-
Yeah,
15?
and we're the same age too. We were like living like kind of parallel
Parallel.
lives in that
I
regard.
love
15,
that.
we realized we had it's time to get in the
Time
booth.
to gotta get in the
Time to
booth.
get in the booth. Time to put these bars.
earn my rent in my parents' house.
I gotta hurry.
This
Don't fall
town.
behind. Yeah.
Gotta leave this town behind. You guys are
Get
never
out.
gonna see me again.
You're
never
never
gonna
gonna
hear
get
from me
after senior
again.
year.
I'm literally
You'll
going
see.
to school
We'll
the
all
next
see.
day. Like, hey guys,
Hey, what's up?
yeah, they'll all see.
Singing about that. Nobody
Hate
gets
that guy.
No one understands me at my school.
Feelings, emotions.
And it's so funny looking back at those songs because, like, objectively, I mean, some of them were pretty well written considering how young I was, but they were pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's okay.
They're just early.
They were early.
Just
They were early
early,
days.
early.
They were just
Scratching
immature.
the dirt off the diamonds.
Yeah. They were just immature, and not in a bad way. I was 15. I was immature, so it made sense. It was aligned. But
Sure, yeah. People be immature at that age sometimes.
and you know what people be at that age? 15.
You're right.
Yeah.
They'd be all the way there.
Maybe 15, huh?
My first song
1-5.
at 15 was Marijuana Addict.
And I
That is
love
true,
that.
isn't it? That is.
I
What was your
do
first
love
song?
that.
What was your first demo called?
Oh, I had a couple. One was, I think one was In Our Own Little World.
Okay.
I think one was Stranger Things Have Happened.
Okay. Still banger names.
Yeah.
They're like
Those are
15-year-old banger
15-year-old
names. Do you know what I
banger
mean? Like
names.
if I was 15,
Yeah.
I heard that, I'd be like, what a title.
It was very
Mine
like,
sounds more mature, but those are good. Those are good too.
Yours sounds like someone on the brink later in life.
Yeah,
Marijuana addict needs help. You know?
Marijuana Addict is perfect. God, there was one that was, I don't remember the title, but I just remember it was like maybe like To Break a Young Girl's Heart, and that was like that was a tough one at 15.
Wow,
was a
that
tough
was
one.
beautiful, actually.
That one was, my mom still likes that song. She still asks me about it. I forget what the actual name of it, but it was something like that.
Were you Nora Mae then?
No, then I was straight up Rachel Shapiro.
I like that too.
You were straight up Rachel
Straight
Shapiro?
up. Kind of a long.
Did you start off like making rap?
Yeah.
Straight up Rachel Shapiro on the track.
Coming straight from the underground.
Yeah. Circe is what they called me for short. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Circe.
Straight up.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of doing Rachel Shapiro at that time. Because obviously that's my birth name, and obviously you guys all knew that.
Well, we all know that.
They all knew that. And I didn't really know. I wasn't thinking about having an artist name versus not having an artist name, so I was just going by my name. Never ended up releasing the music. Life went on for a while. I went to college, did a lot of the very predictable path that a lot of people, I think, assumed that I would take, mainly just like in my area and what other people that I was growing up with did. And I kind of made a deal with my parents that I would go to college and get my degree so that I at least had something to fall back on. Obviously, music and entertainment is an incredibly lucrative career and very competitive. And I always knew that I would find my way back to it, but I also didn't want to, and they didn't want me to pigeonhole myself in a way where I could end up, 10, 15, you're a kid, you don't really know what you want. And to be able to actually grow up a bit to know, okay, this is what I want because I've decided it's what I want, knowing more information about life and the experiences I've had. And God, I thank them every day that they did that because I really think it saved me a lot of heartache. And I mean, you think about how, getting off on a side tangent a little bit, but just how many child stars start really young and then have struggle with their identity and knowing who they are and feeling like they have their own, agency over their own life. And Where on
Molly
earth did
was
you
just
come
doing
from?
some
I thought you
security
got another one for a
business.
second.
I thought that was a rabbit.
That's what y'all are reacting to.
Yeah, having your own agency.
Having agency over your own life, I think that's really an important thing about growing up and feeling prepared in a different way for this industry where you know yourself better, because it comes with a lot of rejection and a lot of people trying to tell you who you should be, what you should do, how you should act, how you should dress, market yourself, what you should sing. And I do think that I feel immensely grateful for the fact that I got to know myself as a person before putting myself in this industry more in that way. But it came to, I really started after college when I was releasing music with a couple of guy friends from college. Were starting to do DJing and producing like electronic music. Yeah. And at that time, the big things of the moment were like, you know, the Halsey and the Chainsmokers kind of stuff. It was a lot of progressive house pop stuff that was crossing over. Yeah. And I thought, oh, you know, I want to do that and like be a pop star, and this is the cool hot thing of the moment. That's what's going to break me. So I would, when they were producing stuff, they're like, we want to, you know, we don't sing, we don't write songs. We want you to write some stuff for us, and we'll make it, you know, we'll produce it out. And we, just for fun, like with our friends, put out a few songs. We weren't really expecting anything from it. And I released under Rachel Schaps for those songs.
Okay. Name's getting shorter.
Name's getting shorter and shorter kind of as we go. And then we ended up on Nora Mae.
Pattern.
So I couldn't read that.
That's a new method, but it's really bright.
Very effective.
It's very clear.
Very effective. But yeah, so Name is Getting Shorter, and it was under Rachel Schaps for that project, and then kind of continued on to be Rachel Schaps as I was writing in more of the pop and pop indie space as I started really pursuing music professionally. And so, I mean, this is all, you know, pre-COVID, but when I first moved to LA, I was already releasing music under Rachel Schaps for a while. And that was, it was much more pop indie. A lot of stuff that I felt was, I'm still really proud of that project, and those songs are still up, and some of them bangers.
Okay.
I don't doubt it for a second.
Not gonna lie. Learn my lesson. Still a banger.
Wait. These are out under Rachel Schaps?
These are out under Rachel Schaps.
Okay, like
so
on
there's a
Spotify,
secret catalog.
There's a back catalog.
You can look it up right now.
You can look it up right now. You could. And I would definitely still make money off of it, so I would not be mad if you listen to that. But it just felt like trying to sort of like square peg, round hole thing where I was fitting into what I thought I should be doing, and so many A&Rs and stuff were telling me to do. I think because of the way that I looked and dressed and who I was writing with, a lot of times I wasn't really sure of myself as an artist yet. I mean, that's its own journey, another journey, if you will. That's its own, you know, whole ride to take is finding yourself as an artist. I'm like, that was another word for journey.
I know you wanted to repeat that line, and you just changed
Ride to take.
It's just a road you go on
What are
sometimes.
other synonyms of journey? Tell me.
Expedition.
Yeah, it's another path.
Excursion.
Another excursion.
It's just an outing.
Experience.
So another excursion you could take as an artist is really finding yourself and your sound and your identity as an artist. And a lot of times that comes a lot later, and it takes a lot of trial and error. Yeah. And sometimes you never find it, and also it continues to evolve. It's never to be like stuck in one path, hopefully. Yeah. But I think that I was still so unsure. I just knew I wanted to do it. And I wanted to do anything and everything that, you know, could be cool. And I was working with a lot of producers who I loved the stuff that they were working on and the artists that they were working with. So I let them take a lot of ownership in the studio, and I would kind of be like, yeah, sort of whatever you think works. And naturally what's going to happen is they're going to make what they're used to making. And so I let a lot of that influence me and my sound without having really a clear idea of what of who I was and my identity as an artist. And coming to, well, COVID, you know, I think for a lot of people offered a moment of reprieve and reflection. Yeah. obviously there was a lot of devastation that
right.
came with it, and have
Sympathies
to
to
acknowledge all that. But it was the first time that the world really had to take a collective pause altogether. And I do think that there's some beauty, a lot of beauty that came with it in terms of reevaluating what's really important in life, spending time with yourself and having to really spend a lot more time alone, which a lot of people do, but we often as a society are taught like you should not do that.
Right.
And without feeling like there was judgment or anything bad for doing that. And I really tried to just allow that to teach me whatever it was going to teach me. And what I ultimately came to was I took kind of a huge break from writing and doing sessions. People were doing Zoom sessions, and I was doing that for the first few months. And you felt so much like you were forcing it. Like it really was like
terrible during that
I never
time.
even finished a song on those sessions.
Yeah.
It was honestly, it was like pulling teeth. But I realized so much that when you have nothing but time to spend with yourself, you end up wanting to fill it with the things that unequivocally bring you joy or whatever. And I found that I was gravitating towards music that wasn't at all like the music I was making at the time. And I was like, there's probably something to that. I'm not going to think about it yet.
Kind of transition.
Yeah.
Every demo you made, you were like,
I was like, huh.
I'll get back to that, I guess.
Yeah. There's a reason I probably didn't finish that song.
Right.
Yeah.
And I kind of took a social media and like pop culture strike personally, and I like didn't have Instagram for a while, for I think a couple months, and wasn't listening to all of the new. So occasionally I would listen to new stuff that was coming out, but I really was trying to
Not
just
cross
kind
the
of
picket line.
yeah, and I ended up listening to a lot of like old vinyls that I had. And that my grandma had, and that we just had laying around the house, which then led me into when I was, opening up Spotify, I would go to like Billie Holiday radio and let that just play through, and how much peace that brought me. And it felt like my days at home became so cinematic naturally. And I was waking up in the morning, making my tea or my coffee with Billie Holiday playing in the background, and then I'd like go. I ended up being in my dad's house in Connecticut by myself with my dog for like 3 months, and
What a dream.
it was a dream. I loved it so much. And it was winter, so I would go down to our giant wood. I was really keeping fires every single day. And
Okay, you've been at it.
I've been a firekeeper for quite a while, so thank you for having me back. It feels good to be back in my natural element.
Back in the cockpit.
Back in my pilot seat. And I would just like make fires and then drink like whiskey. My dad had like a ton
smoky.
of smoky
and
and like
opening up your voice, getting ready to
again,
sing.
prepping the vocal cords. And I would play pool with my friends, and then we'd watch old cinema, and I just was like, there's something here that I'm supposed to be diving more into, because this feels so natural for me. And then I would find that when I was writing, it just kind of naturally was taking inspiration from that entire experience, from the music I was listening to, from the situation I was presented in, the scenario that I had ended up in.
Yeah.
And the music just naturally became much more soulful and jazzy and cinematic in nature. And when I was thinking about putting out this music, and after I'd made this, started to make the EP and do more sessions, building this project, it was very apparent to me that Rachel Schaps could not make this music.
Fascinating.
This did not belong to her.
It's a different entity.
It was a totally different entity. It didn't make sense for what had come before it. It's also, we know this is like from a marketing perspective.
Sure.
There are things that just like sound like they go together, and things that sound like they do not go together.
Sure.
Rachel Schaps was not making jazz, cinematic, pop, sultry
Wasn't
music.
given that.
Yeah.
She wasn't doing that. It didn't sound like
she was
her.
in the clubs.
She was in the
maybe?
clubs.
Yeah, okay.
And she was in the clubs.
She was in the
She was in the club, and we are all absolutely fam
Yeah, they
in
were
the
all
club,
fam with the-
and they were
Yeah.
definitely in the club and being all fam.
But now,
But then my middle name is Nora, and my grandma's middle name was Mae, and a lot of my music played homage to my grandmother, Eartha Kitt, and the music that she, made was much more bluesy, jazzy,
Right.
and I always wanted to officially change my name when I was younger, like on my birth certificate, to Rachel Nora Mae Shapiro. And I never did officially, like I didn't go to the
the
whatever.
lengths of-
to the lengths
legal
of that.
process.
Yeah, the whole legal process of it. But from the time I was a kid, I would often sign my name, Rachel Nora Mae.
Cool.
And so it's always been some like a tag that I've used. And when I was brainstorming with some of my co-writers at the time, Alexa being one of them, our friend
Yeah.
Alexa,
Shout out.
Shout out.
we were just like, who would sing this music? And I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, Nora Mae would sing that. Nora Mae would sing that song. Nora Mae would sing that song.
Nora
That
Mae.
sounds like it comes from Nora Mae. Wow. And the more we just like played around with it, which was really difficult for me at first, because the thought of starting to really rebrand and think in the future, 5 years, let's say this project takes off, I'm doing interviews. Am I going to be known as, really, I'm going to be known as Nora? I'm ditching my own first name. Like, no one's going to call me Rachel anymore.
Yeah.
Hey. That's right.
Quite on set.
Quite on set. Right. And that was weird for me to kind of think about not being known as Rachel.
Right.
And the transition was difficult and then became really easy and natural. And now it's so... I don't notice if someone calls me Rachel versus calling me Nora. I answer to both.
Yeah, you did. I mean, I met you as Nora.
Yeah.
And I would call you Nora because that's what I learned you
Yeah.
I've
your
always,
name to be.
always known you as Nora.
And then I would randomly say Nora. I'd be like, oh, Nora's coming. They'd be like, Nora? I'd be like, Nora. They'd be like, Rachel. Oh, Rachel Nora Mae.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
they have known you since you were going by Rachel.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. Hearing your journey to Nora Mae is like, I've always wanted to hear that full landing spot.
Yeah, like I wasn't aware of like the sonic background that
Totally,
accompanied
totally.
the identity transition
Totally.
as an artist, and how you got in. So yeah, it sounds like you're kind of like just eager to have the opportunity when you first got into music, and it was just cool to be doing it. But then during COVID, during this moment of repose and reflection, like you had this space to blossom creatively and like really embrace what your genuine identity was.
Absolutely.
And that's the real Nora Mae. So this is like the true you as an artist. You
I
like
feel
evolved
it.
into that.
Yeah.
You're the Charizard.
Yeah.
Of your incarnation
Charizard.
stages,
That
yeah,
is
like
what some would call me as well.
That's what I've been
Some
calling
call
you.
me Rachel, some
Very
call me Nora, some
appropriate.
call me
Rachel
Charizard.
Shapiro is Charmander.
Yeah, dude. Rachel
And then
Shaps was Charmeleon.
Yeah.
And Charizard is Nora Mae.
Is Nora Mae? And I
David loves
love that.
one.
And I love that.
This is a
Yeah,
good
that's it.
moment for listeners to we're going to take a stoke break. So take your own break at home. Maybe put another log on your fire, drink some water, eat some food. And when we get back, we are going to have California's Crying
Oh my
by
gosh.
Nora Mae.
Such a treat.
Such a treat.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Maybe throw on some Billie Holiday radio. I don't know. Or Nora Mae. Honestly, listen to Billie
Play
Holiday.
that on
It
the
is
way
better.
Maybe Eartha Kitt.
My God, thank you so much. My mom
yeah.
is going to kill me for not saying
I
her
got you. I
first.
got you, Mama.
Don't worry, she's pretty much every third song on Billie Holiday radio, so you'll hear her if you let it play.
She is. All right. We'll be back.
California's crying, the sun's afraid of shining, and I'm afraid of dying. Oh, California is crying, it's been a little heavy. I think I'm scared you might forget me. There isn't much for us to try. Oh, California cries. If I didn't know me better, I'd fly off to London and say something clever, indulge in what I never. I blame the weather. I think I'm having an epiphany. I'm tired of being the epitome
of chasing fires that keep burning me, while California's crying, crying. California's waving, there's nothing stopping me from staying. I'm without you on either side, so might as well stay here to cry. If I didn't know me better, I'd fly off to London and say something clever, indulge in what I'd never. I blame the weather. I think I'm having an epiphany. I'm tired of being the epitome of chasing fires that keep burning me, while California's crying. Oh, look at me not playing make-believe. I ran my course repeating history. Now it's not if, it's only when for me, while California's crying, crying.
Do you like the fire thing? Thank you, Jacob, for being here, for doing that with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So fun.
So,
Yeah, so what were you going to move on to?
I was going to move on to say, now that the listener, I'm sure, has heard the beautiful live Keepers of the Fire rendition of California's Crying by Nora Mae, and they must be feeling what we're feeling right now.
Pretty elated.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty happy.
Pretty honored.
Thank you, guys.
Privileged.
Pretty, what's the word for epiphanated? Enlightened.
Enlightened, yeah.
Enlightened.
That's a good one.
I feel enlightened by your music.
Yeah.
So much. It's
Maybe
really
even like incinerated in the sense like light, like, you know,
Yeah.
like over
Burns
covering
you to the-
something and
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
it
yeah.
explodes.
Sort of
I remember
burns
the
to a
first
crisp.
time the first time I heard you live, it was like I'd only like known you kind of like at events, you know, like game night or something, like when I broke my arm.
big events.
You call those events?
when I
bro?
burn
You're
my
not at my
arm.
house and playing a game night. Gotta go to an event tonight.
I would see you. I would see you at events out around LA, like game night.
Like game night at Eman's
I
house.
would see you around the LA night scene.
Now you guys
Like
know
game
the
night at
secret's
Eman's.
out. Secret's out.
Yes, I loved seeing you at those big events.
I love seeing you at those big events. You know, it's just really highbrow. You know what I mean? We're just like, you're just going there, you know, comparing outfits.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. Red carpet rollout, pretty cool.
Yeah, but then one time we were around a fire and you like played music for the first time, and you did one of the songs you did around the campfire was Mad Woman, and it blew my mind. I was like, whoa! I felt like I like saw into your soul. Like I saw like so much of you like than I had of just like meeting someone in a social situation and like hearing it live. Like I felt like there's like fireworks going off in my head. I was like, holy fucking.
Oh, I'm honored.
And that's how I felt when you were when you were just playing that with the audience just heard. Like it brought me back to that. I was like, oh, I remember how that felt.
Yeah.
And
I'm honored. Thank you, Journey.
yeah,
We're honored.
we're honored too.
I'm really so honored. I mean that from deep in my heart. I am honored to be on this podcast. I adore you both so very much. I'm very proud and impressed with. Even though I sort of
legit operation that this is.
backhanded, absolutely dogged on you guys earlier, the very legitimate operation you are running here. No, I'm incredibly impressed, and I'm so honored to be here and to be doing this and to have performed for it. Because
Molly's like, you want to see a performance?
Molly, honestly, take it away.
Molly,
Take
fucking go
it
on.
away.
I remember the
Moment.
first time I saw
You get
Molly
10
perform,
seconds
I
to
had
just
the
do
same
whatever you
kind of
want, Molly.
like fireworks going off.
Yeah, that is kind of how people
Yeah.
feel when they see Molly perform.
See Molly, yeah.
I feel
that's what I'm
enlightened by
feeling.
Molly. Yeah, no, it's really
Molly's
cool
on
to.
next week.
Molly's next week's guest.
I forgot about the Molly episode. We gotta do the Molly episode.
She just sits in this chair.
She has buttons. No.
No way.
She
Oh,
has
you're
buttons
right.
where
I
she's
knew
like,
she had buttons.
Take me outside, owner.
Yeah. It's gonna be a
Fill my
really
bowl
quick
with
episode,
food
but
now, immediately.
get not
And
a
then-
whole
but no,
ton
but-
of buttons.
Yeah, exactly. She has some interesting buttons, though. The viewer will see.
They'll
They'll get them all episode.
You'll all
Molly, that
see.
makes me a little nervous. Okay.
Molly, get in the fire. It'll be really fun.
No, thank you guys so much for having me.
to wrap that up.
Just kind of put a lid on while you're just saying, thank you guys for having me.
Close this one.
Just to underscore that previous point.
One more time. Thank you guys again.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, really.
We thanked you.
Yeah,
So is
bring
the-
it on back.
Is the process of making the music, the type of music you make now, after you had your creative renaissance, do you find a lot more satisfaction in that creative process?
Definitely. I think it comes more naturally to me.
Yeah.
Now where I feel like, I mean, writing does come pretty naturally to me, and I'm very grateful for that. And it's something that I also, have worked on and work with a lot of great, security.
Don't mind security.
Security to set.
Yeah.
And I have worked with a lot of great writers who've also made me a better writer too. But I do think that writing this kind of music is easier for me and more fun for me. I think because it is inherently more cinematic, it does invoke more of my passion for the more well-rounded element of, it's not just about writing music and making a good song. It's more about being immersed in an entire world and story building.
Like putting your whole self into it, all of your creative energy.
Yeah, so I think it's more fun for me because I really get to play it like it is a film, underscoring whatever the cinematic landscape is that's playing out. And I think that is inherently more entertaining for me and interesting, and also easier for me to create within the context of, because it feels like when you're reading, a fantasy book or something, that there's a whole world that it has to establish for you to know where you're at, and the author's job is to create the world for you, put you in the scene, and then let the story play out. I think having the world of Nora Mae built now is easier for me to step into it and then also kind of step out of it. And it makes it easier for me to write because I also feel a sense of distance from it in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because it is more of a caricature. And I mean, all of it is obviously rooted in my life and things that are real to me, but I feel like it's putting on a costume,
a character.
Yeah. And so it's also more fun for me because I get to play a bit more in it, and that gives me more freedom because I also understand the world better. And I think it's fun to be able to play up a caricature. It's like I don't have, there's less at stake with it.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I think we both could understand that in many ways. I have a very alter ego, which you both know. Dragon Wolf, already the name is sends you off into this fantasy, what is this? Dragon Wolf? It sounds like some lore-based thing. And then that for me was oh, I'm free over here. I'm free in this world to do whatever shows up and however it feels and comes out. Whatever I just feel sounds the best. And then I don't need to worry about it being who I am. If I went by Eman Esfandi, something about the identity of that is this isn't all of me. This isn't exactly how I would go about doing things or feeling, but this is at some point how I felt and what I've wanted to express.
Yeah. Do you feel like it makes it easier for you to perform and write those songs?
Yes, absolutely, because it feels just like you said, like a different character you put on. And then interestingly enough, doing that freed my acting up as Eman Esfandi. I had a lot of trouble for a while being able to play characters. All of a sudden I was losing this ability to fully immerse into things. And I think it was because there was this part of me that wasn't being addressed or, honored. And Dragon Wolf came and honored that.
Yeah, you gave it an outlet.
I gave it a life. I honored it. I was like, whatever it is, whatever you are, however you feel, I'm gonna give you that life. And then it cleared up.
Right, it's almost like you had to get fully immersed in yourself and connect with that, and then it makes sense that would transfer into acting because getting deep into a role is just like learning how to get deep into that part of yourself.
For sure.
So you have to do that organically through.
And even you with Jay, with your rapping project that, do you feel like having?
No, I don't feel that way at all. I can't relate to it.
You can't relate at all.
I can't relate to that feeling at all. I just feel like I'm me. Well, let me. I guess so. I've kind of always just written from the perspective of how I feel that day. You know, I've never really like created a whole landscape in my mind. I like when you compared your like process of creating a song almost to like how an author, you know, creates a novel, creates a character, and like paints the scene like that, and like you map out that whole world ahead of time. I've never really looked at like the identity through which I make music, like through like with that much organization. It's more like I just like sit down and just like whatever like comes into my head, you know, when I'm listening to a beat is what ultimately comes out. But also I think in some of the new stuff I'm doing actually now that I'm thinking about it, you know, songs like Midnight Crew, I feel like that actually does have more conscious thought into it, and like very much is like written within like a sonic sphere that I want to keep returning to, that I want to keep milking, you know, like, and I have like a crystallized view of that landscape in my mind of like what that world looks like what those experiences are.
It's cool to have both.
Yeah, the free flowing, and it happens, right? You have like this. It could just, you release something that came out in one take, like as a freestyle.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't plan that at all, but I love this thing.
Yeah.
And then other things that you like dive into a little more, you're like reordering, like restructuring.
Yeah.
And then you're like, there, the puzzle piece fits now.
And also just the art that I think is usually what's most well received by art is the stuff that is the most authentic. So however it happens for each person's process is completely
that's
different.
what I've mostly like discovered. I feel like gets like the furthest, and that's really what I appreciate a lot about your music too. Is like I feel like you really like tap into emotions so well, you know. And I feel like that really is the joy of listening to music in general. That like a great music is that vicarious, you know, connection to the artist's emotions, because you get to like experience your own version of that emotion and what that means to you in this in your own life. You know,
because you can hear whatever the lyrics are and almost secondary to the lyrics, because you may identify with some piece of a song based on lyrical, like, oh, I've experienced something similar to that in the storytelling of it, but a lot of times it's mostly from the emotion or the energy of it. And if you can, the same way where when we watch films, there are moments in films that, you know that scenario has never been something I've experienced, but I've definitely experienced emotion that has brought this up, or I watch that and it brings me to that. I can identify what this has felt like in me, so I can feel that in this character.
It's like why you cry at the end of the Titanic. It's like I've never actually been on a ship that was an iceberg, and like you know,
Speak
it was
for
like
yourself.
in love. And
Listen,
actually, that's kind of a sore subject. I would appreciate you bringing that up.
Still kind of going through something.
I'm trying to talk about the
I'm
accident.
not
I'm trying to put that behind me.
Ship incident.
But like, you know, it's a tearjerker at the end, because you just, you know what I mean, those words, you're like, I've let go of something. You know what I mean? You just feel that like in your own way. It's like
No, you have to, and as people, we are so. It's so human to crave connection. And so when we hear music, when we watch film, we are, even when we're talking to friends, we're so often trying to find our own way of connecting to the source material, whatever it is, which is why often when you have a conversation with someone and they are telling you something that's happened to them, you might be consciously or unconsciously like, oh my God, I totally, you know, I totally understand this thing happened. We want to share experiences. And so much of listening to music is shared experiences, even if you are listening, you know, consuming, and it's not a back and forth interaction. And so I do think that the beauty of making music where you feel so much of your own emotions in it, whether it comes out because you've, you know, sat down and built a world, or it's just like, oh, this is, I need to, I'm feeling this right now. I need it to, you know, it kind of explodes on the page. That is going to connect with people, because we are always searching for that sense of connection when we listen to music. And somebody somewhere, as much as we would like to think that we are all super individual and nothing that we've experienced has ever been done before, it probably has, and someone else has felt it, or someone else has gone through something incredibly similar or in their own way. And so offering that to the world is essentially like offering it up on a platter for the people who are meant to find it, because they have some sort of way that they're going to connect to it to them. And that is the coolest part about making art, as we all do.
Right.
It's like, this is our offering to the world.
Yeah.
And it's like our olive branches.
Yeah.
And we don't know who's going to take it.
Right.
Or find, connection in it. And it doesn't really matter because it's going to find the people it's meant for, as it's found us with other artists, with other creatives.
Yeah. I think this offering analogy, it's like it being sustenance in some way. Yeah. Like, oh, this is going to resonate with me, whether it's healing, empowering, just something that sheds a light on something that I'm feeling but haven't articulated yet. That feeling is so undeniable, and I've had it from all kinds of artists and all kinds of songs, things that are really popular, things that no one else has ever heard. And you do wonder, like, oh yeah, this artist who maybe, if I could name an artist and no one in the room knows them, but they provided the offering. And for me, at some random point, it was so necessary.
Yeah.
I needed to hear this song.
Yeah.
I needed to feel what they felt.
How often have we all heard a song and we've been like, oh my God, I feel like this person just articulated an experience in my life that I have not been able to put into words, and they just did it for me.
Yeah.
And how much of a relief is that to A, not feel alone, and B, to have someone have given word and context to a feeling or an experience that you've had and be like, oh my God, thank you. You just gifted me this.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It does feel like a gift.
Yeah.
And it feels like a gift.
It hits so hard when it happens.
Yeah.
And it's rare. It feels not as rare because we've probably all experienced it, hundreds of thousands of times at this point, but it is rare. And that's why it's so, I think that there is obviously a lot of growth we have to do in the industries in a lot of ways, but I do think the way that art is more accessible now because of how much easier it is to get your music out there. You don't necessarily need a promoter and a label to and radio to be heard.
Right.
And so it's nice that even though those moments are rare, it's more possible now to hear it from all different avenues, but it is still really rare to connect with art like that. And it just goes to show that, like calls to like, we attract what we need. It's always going to cross our desk if we're supposed to hear it.
Totally.
And that'll never miss us. The same with anything in life. Like nothing that if something is meant to find you, it will find its way to you, no matter how hard you try and find it. It will find its way to you.
Yeah. My mom used to say this saying to me, lo que es para ti nadie te lo quita. Which means...
Say it again.
You want to hear it in Spanish again?
Yeah.
I got it, but one more time for everyone else.
Lo que es para ti, nadie te lo quita.
Okay.
Which
Gorgeous.
means that which is meant for you cannot be taken from you. Or it means literally nobody can take it from you. And I needed it during a time in my life where I felt like one form of art that I made would jeopardize another, and was just kind of like, oh, I hope... I don't have to change the way I live to be in this thing. And instead the opposite happened, and they really accepted it, and they even showed me that they accepted that part of me, and it was like, oh yeah, lo que es para ti nadie te lo quita. If I wasn't meant to have the role, then that could happen, and it was never mine anyway. But if I'm meant to do this, which I think I am, then nothing will stop it, right? Nothing that I do naturally and organically is going to get in the way of that.
No.
Everything will lead me into it more
Absolutely.
Naturally.
I mean, even our relationships, like as friends and as and romance and love and family, it's like the idea that anything that you could do would jeopardize something that is meant to stay,
Right.
or meant to happen,
Yeah.
is it's a false narrative, because
Yeah.
there would be, if something was meant for you, there could be nothing that you could do to lose it,
Yeah.
or it wasn't meant.
I love that.
Yes, totally.
I like that. 'Cause I like that 'cause I can look back at previous situations I've been in, and now I know I wasn't toxic. It just wasn't.
I didn't
Wasn't
actually
that?
do anything wrong.
And all of a sudden, we're all absolved of every wrongdoing we've ever done.
It just wasn't. It
just wasn't right.
Wasn't true love.
Okay, but in a in a literal sense, you are making a joke of it.
Yes.
But I could imagine a world where, to her, maybe some timing for whatever you felt, whatever the toxic whatever was or wasn't, just the random sequence of events that led to a thing that had been going on for a long time to suddenly end, which neither of you initially wanted or had any intention of doing anytime soon.
Yeah.
But then that sent you off on paths that you were really needing to get onto.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So even though there is like, sometimes something might be because of a toxic behavior and that cuts it, but it's like, everyone, like, maybe that's the only way it could have happened.
Yeah.
Not saying to be toxic.
Right,
but in the retrospective, dang, that was strange.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because it has like course corrected me.
Right.
And now I
in the
am
end,
where I'm meant to be.
And if it wasn't that, it would have been something else.
It could have been
2
something
months
else.
down the
Right,
line.
exactly.
Right.
There's always
Right.
whatever it's meant to be that ends up being the ending of whatever.
Yeah.
It's going to find its way somewhere in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
Right.
Guard dog.
Exactly, Molly.
Guard dog on duty.
Molly's like,
Molly's
preach.
like,
Preach. Yeah, that was
Say
a louder
it,
for the
say it
dogs in the
again.
back. I hear you barking, big dog.
Molly is
Big
getting
dog.
so many carrots. Ooh, girl.
Oh,
I
man.
love that for her.
Yeah, but like, you'll end up where you're meant to be.
100%.
And that all becomes more crystal clear the more time that passes, and it starts to reveal itself.
Yeah.
The different
Yeah.
roads that you went down.
And all of that also just comes from building your own like spiritual practice in whatever way that is too. And you both have a very strong spiritual practice in the way that you show up in the world. And I think that is also why you both feel that way, because you've gone through this evolution in your own lives that's brought you to the conclusion that is the only reality of that whatever's meant for you is meant to be, because you have gone through all of this like self-reflection and growth and connection to higher power, universe, whatever it is, which ultimately just shows all of us that there is no such thing as like controlling anything, and that everything that's meant to happen is going to happen no matter what. Not to get real cosmic real
that
fast.
was a good one. I like that.
Kind of have no idea what I
That
said.
full
It's all
run.
gonna
You were
happen.
channeling just for a second.
Yeah,
a
you
little
are. I
bit,
feel,
huh?
I feel like I was
Talking
talking
in the pocket.
Listen to the stars speak for a
Huh?
second.
You went cosmic. We might have to edit you going,
I mean, I do.
while you're getting into
Something just entered my body in a crazy way.
But you're right, and it was interesting to even think and remember for a second, like, right, I didn't always used to feel that way. I didn't always used to immediately contextualize an experience in my life for the positive, for the better.
For sure.
Right.
I would take things face value, or sometimes I would take them and devalue them and be like, this is even worse than what the real thing that's happening in front of me is because of this and this and this.
Right. No, it's all a choice.
It's just so interesting to now. It's like, oh yeah, that's my updated software.
Yeah. Updated software. I love that.
That's the key, I
I'm a
think, to
robot.
like making sure that you that you stay a robot. To making sure that
Podcast written by AI.
But it's like a super, like, it's like real wood, everything, cave painting. We are AI robots being human in front of
when I feel
AI has gotten real good.
it is, yeah. When I feel like I'm lost in life, I just ask ChatGPT like what I should do. Like
I'm not gonna lie.
write me a life
I
plan.
do
I'm
it
like, here are
too.
the
I just got
variables.
told somebody else, she was like, yeah, my therapist is too expensive right now, so I told ChatGPT every single detail about my breakup.
Was it? No, it wasn't her.
That is a sheet.
Do we keep that on the pod? Beep out name, beep out name.
No, note that.
You gotta beat all those.
Check the timer.
But she said she input all the details and then asked, and what do you think about that, or what should I feel, or how? And it was like, well, it's clear to see that your connection to them was based on a trauma bond, and that trauma bond led to a dependence. And it was like, and she said she just felt so seen and heard and like supported. It's exactly what it was.
No, my therapist was like, I am definitely a little worried I'm going to be losing my job soon to ChatGPT.
Wow. Yeah,
said, I'll
that
never
could
leave you,
become,
Veronica.
right, a trend. It's,
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, you can ask it to respond to you in any, way. So you could say, can you respond like a therapist to this question?
Yeah. What would the world's best therapist say?
Yeah, say to
to
me.
my problem.
And it's going to be like, the world's best therapist is subjective. Blah,
And if you
blah,
like
blah.
don't like what it says, you can like tell it to edit it. Like send me back a version that's puts less blame on me.
Yes. Yeah. Try again, but this time can you make it so that I'm the good guy no matter
I
what
would prefer
happens?
to be the victim.
Edit, but make me the victim this time.
Everything I said I did say was done to me. Oh my
And that's how we end up in another mental health crisis.
Yeah, the ChatGPT, the little bit of control you have is just fueling your
God.
narcissism.
You just keep changing
Just a
it to
narcissist
match.
creation. Oh wow! Is AI narcissistic to have made?
Whoa.
I got a stoner woe from Nora. Whoa! Are you as high as I am? Whoa!
Narcissistic.
Not that any of us are high or anything.
No.
In what regard, I guess?
Like, is it narcissistic for us to say study everything about us and what we create as humans and produce,
Yeah.
and then you are now going to be the most intelligent supercomputer
Yeah.
to help us and be our slave?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a loaded question.
It's kind of a loaded question.
Kind of a loaded question.
Kind of a lot on that one. I never even thought of it until just now.
Yeah. I think it's definitely narcissistic in the sense of like valuing like general knowledge of saying like that's human knowledge, right? Like synthesizing all of what humanity has come up with and like having that be like the
Yeah,
you
we
know.
don't
The
talk
end all
about what
be all.
lions came up with. Like,
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. So it's a very species
The lions are definitely feeling left out.
they're out there talking.
They are
I think because
chit-chatting.
no one's
in
really
that
working on
combo.
like a lion intelligence, like artificial system. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's all
Yeah.
like human.
Yeah, we also
AI.
don't know. They might have their own thing.
They have their own AI.
The lions have their own chat. GPT.
Cat GBT.
Nothing else makes it in this podcast.
Pause.
That is just so crazy. Oh wow!
I need to get out of that.
I'm
Get out
gonna
of
put a
here.
log on the fire.
I think I'm done with it. I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah. I think that's kind of
I'm
it.
done.
Yeah. Wow. I can't talk about it anymore, I don't think.
That's well. Speaking of ChatGPT, your
Where are you going with that?
I was gonna say your performance, and then I was like, wait, it's kind of sounds weird. How do I make sure this is going off the right way? But then you said, where are you going with that? I'm like, fuck, I waited too long. It sounds wrong. I was just gonna say your performance was amazing. Redirected to the performing, but whatever.
I appreciate that.
Whatever.
I appreciate that. Everyone leaves with
I get
me.
it. I'm gonna my
And,
fault. Yeah, you're
Thank
alone.
you. I end up doing this
actually, what we
podcast
like
alone.
to do, what we talked about doing, is leaving you with the moment alone with the fire, and we'll just
I don't want
stand
that.
over there and watch.
Can I veto?
Or give you the set to yourself. We can all turn around and face the other way. You can do whatever you want.
You can just soak
throw
it
more
in.
stuff into the
Yeah.
fire. You can put more log. You can sing to it. You can put your hand through the flame.
Yeah.
You can reflect on some of the things we've talked about.
Yeah.
You could.
You guys are turning around. I just literally like,
right.
Just saying, the cameras will be on. It's gonna be fully
It'll
recorded.
be rolling. Every sound you
Yeah.
make, we will hear.
yay.
We found out we
We'll be
have to tell
recorded
people that.
forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Captured. Just kidding.
Yay.
Yay! That's finally we got your yay. You've been saying
Yay.
I'm yaying lately.
I have been yaying a lot. There's a lot to yay about, I feel.
That's good.
There's a lot
yeah.
to yay about.
There's a
There's a lot to yay about.
That's cool.
Is that your next EP?
Yes. Spoiler. That's a grand
There's a
announcement.
lot to yay about is sick, dude.
There's a lot to yay about.
That should be a yay
I
album.
do feel
Yeah.
like it might be maybe a children's album.
Like
Yeah.
like kids music.
Oh wow!
Lots of
like
yay about.
actually, lots of yay about, like for
Yeah.
actual toddlers.
For like kids.
Yeah.
For
That's
children.
so honorable.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Honorable
Thank you.
work.
I'm making. Thank you. I just
I've
came
heard
up
a
with
lot
it.
of people are making like kids like books, children's novels, but few people are making children's albums.
Albums,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg did though.
Oh, he did?
An affirmations rap
Oh,
album.
I love that.
for kids.
God, he can do.
He's
Nobody tell me if he's done anything wrong. I don't want to know. I
Nobody ruined Snoop Dogg for me, please.
don't take Snoop Dogg away from me. I
love that
love
guy.
him.
Dude does every commercial around the world, bags a bag, smokes so much weed, doesn't matter.
He really is.
Goes
Yeah,
to
he
the
really.
Olympics. Happy with everybody. What's going on over there?
He's still a role model to me in many ways.
I love him.
Yeah.
No one ruins Snoop Dogg for me. Please don't get him canceled. I
Yeah,
can't
no, he's pure.
afford it right
He's
now.
been like, he's been sainted.
He's American.
You know what I
He's
mean?
like America's sweetheart.
He's a saint in American
I'm a little
culture.
worried that they're gonna cancel Snoop Dogg for me immediately.
No. Please not Snoop.
Please
We
not
won't- we won't
Snoop.
cancel Snoop.
Not our boy.
Not our boy. I
We
need
won't
him.
cancel
West
Snoop.
Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read the comments.
Oh God.
No.
Oh
I
God.
don't know.
It's probably
happened?
fine.
I'm just sure people are gonna dig shit up just for the comments.
No.
Oh, in our thing? If
Block
you-
the word Snoop Dogg.
If you're hearing this, you're not gonna ruin Snoop Dogg.
Not for me.
Don't do it. Don't
can't.
cancel Snoop. You
No,
can't.
you
We-
can't.
yeah.
Please leave him alone.
It's like throwing ice cubes at the sun. You know, it's just not. Not gonna work.
I'm gonna need a little more on that one, dude.
You can't take out this Snoop D-O-double-G. It's impossible. It's been done before.
Wow.
He's beat a murder rap. You think so? You know what I mean? You think you're gonna cancel him? You think you get, the police tried to. The LAPD tried to cancel him, dude. They fucking couldn't take him out. You know what I mean? He is uncancelable.
Wow. Jake's basically hyperventilating off camera.
Are the mics picking up his audio?
I'm sure they will. I'm sure it's so fucking
The fire mic shit.
I need
Oh, that's
I
sick.
need his audio in. It's so bad.
We have a laugh track now.
Whenever someone has a laugh track,
Every episode.
Jake laughing in the back.
I need Jake to have a mic in the next episode.
Our spectators have mics just for their laughs.
Oh my God. I don't know where we are.
What do you mean? We're just chilling.
Yeah, you're
We're by
right.
the
Just
fire.
chilling by the fire. Just
You're
hanging
right.
We're
like
just
we
chilling
always
by
do.
the fire.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Nothing about present.
Yeah.
Amen.
I'm just super present here.
Just super present with the fire. That's kind of one of the returning lessons of the fire.
like that.
I think
It is, really.
Yeah.
What
'Cause
are you
the
guys
fire's
doing
always
for-
present.
What are you guys doing for the holidays?
Good question.
Going to Las Vegas.
Wow.
Yeah. Going to
Any more information?
I'm going to Las Vegas to see my dad and my stepmom and my brother, because my dad lived in Las Vegas for a big chunk of my childhood, and that's where he met my stepmom. So that's why they still have ties there. So they're gonna be there, and I originally wasn't gonna go, but then my stepmom pointed out like the tickets are like $50.
Oh,
You
awesome.
know, so I was
You didn't even say why you weren't gonna go, and then she just goes, "You're probably,
it's probably,
probably you probably thinking you might have to spend on a trip. You don't. You don't. It's $50.
I know the reason is you can't afford it. I know that's not the reason. Don't even try.
Yeah, I know you can afford a $50 ticket.
Oh
You
my
know, she
God.
said, she's like, we're not doing presents this year.
It's just a
$50
party.
ticket.
You
Just gotta show
you
up.
don't have to spend money on that.
Got a
I
room for
love,
you.
Yeah,
I
so-
love that you're going to Vegas for the holidays. That's a
It's cool,
That's
yeah.
fun.
There's like a timeshare that my dad has always had, and so there's like this timeshare in Vegas. Since I've been there so many times, that like we've returned to over and over, and it's like they always have a pool table and like a place you can like rent DVDs. It's just like real cozy. It's a comfort thing. Like Vegas like represents comfort to me. I know it represents like fun for a lot of
Sin
people.
City.
Yeah, to me it's
Is it not?
yeah.
No, it sure is.
No, you're right.
If it wasn't, I would be like, damn, it's not? That was the one.
Yeah,
I've gotten that wrong with like the Windy City.
Yeah.
What's the Windy City?
Chicago.
That's
Right, I
actually
think I
Chicago.
was I think I was somewhere else, and I was like, that's why they call it the Windy City. And somebody was like, that's
Nah.
Chicago. I said,
Not here.
where are we? Shit. This whole trip, it's been super windy, and I thought I was in Chicago because in my head,
That's
because it
not why
was
they
so
call it that,
windy.
though.
I know
They
it's
call
not
it
even
that
why
for
they
the
call it that.
politics.
It's not even why they call it that. I had it all wrong. You know what I mean? I then went to
We forgive you.
Chicago, and because it wasn't windy, I was like, why do they call it that? Someone told me. It was like, this is so, I've got it all mixed up. But Sin City, that's Vegas, dude.
That's
You're going to
definitely
Sin
Vegas.
City.
Going to Sin City. To me, it's like
Christmas.
watch conspiracy theory documentaries with my dad's city.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a vibe. That is.
That's
a
a
vibe.
sick vibe, dude.
It is a
You
vibe.
kinda
It's cool.
dive
You can
into a
kind of,
movie,
you
dude.
kind of sink into it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Just like on some lazy boys, and like he's just, just showing you
Check
some,
this out.
some,
She's like, check this out. Did
showing
you
you
know
some
this?
footage of the Mandalay Bay you've never seen before.
Yeah. Did you know this?
Christ.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, you know, this is okay,
Trying to like not be like just defensive or like not pick a side or like a fascinating
Oh, yeah,
and
it's-
interesting theory for
it's-
sure.
it's-
If that's real, that's crazy. That's real.
It sounds like there's a lot going on here.
Lots going- there's a lot
There is a lot going on.
man.
That's always safe. A lot going
A
on.
lot of perspectives. though.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's crazy how much is going on with that whole situation.
That's a lot of
You know,
stuff.
A lot of variables at play. Yeah. You know? As long as you just keep looking at things objectively, that's all you can do.
Yeah,
I guess, yeah.
honestly.
It's best to get informed anyway. This is, you know,
You know?
Good to,
form
it's
of
good
the
to, yeah.
information, get every
Yeah.
side.
Definitely got to get all those perspectives
all
in
the
there.
sides before deciding for
It's
sure.
important. It's
Yeah.
important. Yeah, I definitely know.
That's what Vegas is to me.
That's cool.
It's all the
That's
perspectives.
cool.
What are you guys doing for the holidays?
We're also coming to Vegas.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, but it's not for comfort, dude. We're
Yeah.
going to gamble and
Hell yeah.
go to shows and stay at the Palazzo.
Gold Level Plus.
Palazzo?
That ain't it.
I was thinking of Caesar's Palace.
Palazzo was a hybrid. You a hybrid.
That's how you know I frequent Vegas. I stay in all the hotels. I don't even remember the names. Just walk
They all start to blend together.
Just penthouse, presidential suite. Whatever, man. I'm going to Vegas. We're going to Sin City, man.
Yeah, man, Sin City, that's the place to be.
You should visit us in our presidential suite.
That'd be cool. I'll definitely stop by at the
Palazzo.
The Palazzo, I'm
It's like a
like looking
little
for
hotel.
it. Where's the Palazzo?
On the side of the Palazzo, and then there's the Palazzo. It's like a little single
tiny
floor.
thing. It's like the leaning towers of the Palazzo. There's like one little thing. Janky building.
So I'm actually going to Dallas.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So pretty much,
Same
yeah.
thing. Sin
Yeah.
City
Pretty
number
much.
2.
Can't spell
Sin
Dallas
City
without LAX, dude.
I'm
Yeah.
Sin City
Part
shout out to my
2.
boy. I'm going to Dallas to hang out with my sister and my mother for Christmas.
Sounds lovely.
Really,
Just
it
really
really is
sweet, really
lovely.
wholesome, actually.
It is very.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah,
lovely.
Yeah.
Classic Christmas.
What about you?
I'll be in Paris.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You're telling
What?
us. That's so cool.
Quoi?
What?
Tu dis quoi? Répétez s'il vous plaît.
Je
Pour moi.
je n'ai pas compris.
Je dis quoi? J'ai pas compris. T'as dit quoi? T'as dit... Et tu dis quoi?
Yeah, I'll be in Paris.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love Paris.
I've never been at Christmas time. I'm very excited.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
I actually don't know if
true.
I've ever been to Paris in the winter.
You think they put a star at the top of the Eiffel Tower?
Yes.
I think so too. They kind of light the whole thing up like a Christmas tree anyway.
To all year round.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, so they must like go a
Yeah.
little above and beyond. You would
Little
think.
star.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do. I do know.
something.
it's supposed to be like really beautiful and lit up and a lot of great Christmas
cool.
markets and stuff. So I'm very excited.
Oh, what do they call it there? Père Noël? That's Santa Claus.
That's Santa Claus.
But what's the
Noël.
Yeah.
Joyeux Noël.
Joyeux Noël. Yeah.
Yeah,
Happy
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joyeux Noël. That's gonna be awesome.
Very excited.
You're gonna have you're gonna go sit at cafes and have coffee and croissants.
And
Wow.
You got some croissant?
I don't know
I'm
what they're laughing
gonna
at.
I'm gonna get some croissants.
Yeah.
Croissant too?
I'm
Croissant
gonna get.
done?
I might. Whew, un croissant to
En
deux.
verre du vin.
Un verre du vin, for
Un verre
sure.
du vin. Nous
Yeah.
pouvons parler seulement en français si.
Non,
On veut.
tu parles bien. You both do actually.
Oui, il parle français aussi.
I forget that all the
Il a fait
time.
le
Bien sûr.
étudier et échanger avec moi
Yeah.
à Lyon.
À Lyon, quoi.
Nous sommes étudiés ensemble et maintenant nous parlons français parfaitement.
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 Et ce n'est pas une grande chose. C'est très, pour nous, c'est très normal.
pas une grande
C'est très normal. C'est comme tous les jours.
Ce n'est pas une grande chose. Not a big thing.
N'importe quoi.
I miss just messing around in French class.
Yeah, me too.
It's one of the best
French
days of
class
my
was
Me
dope.
too. Yeah.
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 you too, huh?
Awesome. Yeah.
It's really sick.
Me too.
So we all
awesome.
went to French class together except Nora Mae.
Yeah. That's how we met.
That's how we all met. Yeah, back-
Years ago.
Back when you were
Rachel Shapiro.
Straight up Rachel Shapiro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the days.
The days.
Man.
What would you tell straight up Rachel Shapiro now? What would Nora Mae tell straight up Rachel Shapiro now?
Oh, Nora Mae. I don't know. Nora Mae would probably try and say something like really cool.
Maybe what would you
Très
say
cool.
now to that version of yourself, that younger beginning artist?
I would probably tell myself to follow my intuition, and to trust the process. And just in general, I think I would probably just reiterate to my younger self that A, nothing is permanent, and B, it's just life. It can't be that deep. We can't, and nothing needs to be that dramatic or feel like the end of the world. Life is supposed to be, there are obviously moments of uncertainty and grief and sadness and great darkness, but I think that life is really meant to be lived with so much joy and play, and all of that is obviously a choice that we make, a conscious choice. And I think I really would have just tried to tell myself that, it didn't all have to feel so big. Like things are allowed to just be, and just trust that like it's gonna be great, because it's life. It's meant to be. Should be fun.
It's beautiful.
I love that.
And that there's no such thing as wasting time, because that's kind of the whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I
You're just
needed to
living.
hear that.
Yeah.
I think I needed to hear that because I felt so pressed for time
Yeah.
and still do a lot. And so that is something that I have to actively remind myself, even now, of that there is no such thing as wasting time, and there is no such thing as being behind in life.
Yeah.
And that's always obviously in comparison to something else, and no one else's timeline is your timeline, and so it's okay for things to happen at different times for different people, and there's no outline. We're all just being humans for, like, this is the first time we're all living in this body, in this physical body.
Right.
So we can't try and have all the answers all the time.
Yeah. Let it be more of a discovery than a
Yeah.
completion. Or
Yeah.
Allow yourself to waste a little time.
Yeah.
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 It's the whole point.
Yeah.
Or all your time.
What would you guys say
To a younger
selves?
younger straight up Rachel
Yeah,
Shapiro.
yeah.
I'd be like,
Specifically to a 15-year-old girl.
Kid. You got insane talent. And you're gonna be a big star
You're
one
gonna be
day.
a star.
You're gonna be a big star one day.
I'm gonna make you a star.
I'm not gonna make you a star. I'm talking to you from the future. But you're gonna be a big star one day. You turn into this whole other thing. Nora Mae, big star.
You're not
Name
gonna
up in
believe it.
lights. You're not gonna believe it. Huge shows, massive sold out concerts. Her name is everywhere. Your face, your voice, everywhere. Everybody hears it. And then you're gonna be on Keepers of the Fire. The premier podcast of the future.
Podcast number one, kid.
Podcast.
You're living there for like the 1920s.
of the future.
Like a new wave of the future.
Is this Martin Scorsese talking to me also?
I don't know. Actually, I hope that's not offensive. That accent, whatever. I just don't know what character that was.
I love it. Jaren?
Yeah, that's what I'd say to the straight up Rachel Shapiro.
Thank you so much. What would you say to younger you? Or all of us?
What did I say to younger me?
Yeah.
Get gap insurance.
Gap insurance?
Yeah, get gap insurance because
What's gap insurance?
You're gonna gap insurance is if you finance a car with the bank and you you owe the bank more than the car is worth. If the car gets totaled, the bank will pay back your entire loan, as opposed to like if your car gets totaled, they'll just sell it for what it's worth, but you could still owe the bank like $10,000 or something. So it's like insurance that would make sure that scenario doesn't happen. I thought I was gonna have time, but then my car got hit and run when it was just parked outside of my apartment. So I would say get gap insurance for sure, because I tried to after. I called them and they're like, no, it's too late.
It's a practical podcast too.
I was like, nice try, guy. Because
We
they
are
had like called me
offering
before.
practical
I was like busy. They called
picture.
You're like, no.
So I was
We don't do
interested in
that.
some gap
Does this
insurance.
qualify? No.
So it turns out my car was just totaled.
Too later. Still got timer.
What would I? But beyond that, what I would say is, just keep doing what you're doing. It's good. I feel like you're on the right track. Well, kind of actually, as a piece of what Nora Mae just put so eloquently is like, I feel like you kind of have to just go through whatever you're going through at the time. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of like going through these different challenges and roadblocks and learning new things, as you navigate life. And it just kind of has to unfold that way. And so I guess maybe I would say like, remember that and don't get so worried or anxious about where things are going, or like have regret about like how things could have been different, because like everything's unfolding the way it's supposed to. So like just remember that and just like keep trucking,
I have to bring up this movie that I saw this year. I feel like I've maybe spoken to all of you about it. I feel like I know I've talked to Jake about it. My Old Ass. I know I talked to Jake about it.
Yeah, I heard it's an amazing film.
It is amazing. One of the most impactful films I've seen in the last decade, has stuck with me in such a profound way, in that, without spoiling anything, because everybody should watch it, the concept of the film is if you were to meet your future self, basically, and get to have like a real conversation with them or a relationship with them. And the takeaway from the film is overwhelmingly that if you are living your life with the intention of protecting your future self from any time that you might be hurt or heartbroken or experience yes.
Sorry, dude.
This is a lot.
We can run that again.
Yeah.
That's on us. It's our bad.
Definitely. So much going on.
A lot of keeping it.
Keeping a lot of fire.
Just keep focused on what you're saying.
You do you. We're just
You know,
gonna.
I tried to hold it together
keep
for
the
quite
fire.
a while.
You're doing it.
We're not
then
even
the
here.
dog started barking.
We're not
Me and him, we're just locked in. We're navigating on this whole other stream. Don't worry
We're
about
just
us.
keeping the fire for you.
Keeping the
It's
fire.
just staying warm.
I do appreciate you guys doing
But
that.
the movie, My Old Ass.
My Old Ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, the synopsis or whatever, the concept is largely if you are living your life with the intention of protecting your older self from ever experiencing grief or heartbreak or any difficulty, you end up not living, because all of the moments in between that, and obviously that incorporate that, are what life is. And, heartbreak is typically not always, but heartbreak is followed by grief because we all lose people in certain ways, shapes, and forms, whether it's just a relationship ends or people pass or we move on or we move and leave the country or go to college, whatever it is. And I thought it was so profound when I walked away from that film, just as a reminder of the fact that you cannot control what happens. And if you try to control it to protect yourself, you often miss out on all of the little moments in between that are where you find love and abundance and success or friendship or growth and, self-reflection. And it has stayed with me in such a profound way. And I think that such a topical conversation, we're all talking about the advice we would offer our younger selves. It was the first time I'd seen, similar to what we were also talking about before, when somebody puts art to something that I've wanted to conceptualize in my head, but haven't had a way to like an outlet for it. And it was really fantastic the way that it was done so well. And I think everyone needs to watch it because I do think it is, especially young people, because I do think it is hopefully profoundly moving even when you're young and you're kind of like you can't hear it the same way when you're young as when you get older and you get a bit more perspective. But I think it is a very, very important film to add that context of like, don't want to rush yourself through life. We're often so wanting to like get to the next thing and to grow up faster. And B, you don't want to try and, builds this wall around yourself to protect yourself from potentially being hurt, because then you miss out on all the stuff that happens in the middle. And I think that is overwhelmingly what like all of us and what so many people would probably offer insight to the younger selves. Yeah. And what I think everyone needs to know.
Actually, I have a real one for my younger self.
Please, I'd love to hear it.
I know, Molly.
Molly has one too.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I would tell my younger self that although often people will misinterpret or misunderstand your kindness for weakness or for something else, to not ever fall into the belief that your kindness is not valuable and not worthy. That because it isn't received with trust or with faith or honestly, that doesn't mean you stop being kind. You just become more mindful of how you share that sort of kindness and that sort of love and care.
Yeah.
But to remain kind,
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Don't throw the kind baby out.
Yeah.
With the kind baby bathwater.
Right. Hold on to it.
Keep it in the tub. All that
Drain the water separately.
It's exactly what I was picturing.
Thinking,
If I were to make a Nora Mae lookbook for like that, it would be the baby in the bathwater.
And then the next slide is baby out of
The
bathwater.
words kindness are all like make up the ripples of the water.
Yeah.
Kindness. I'm the baby. But it's my face now. The little baby.
With the beard.
With the beard. Little baby body. Yeah, that's what I would tell my younger self.
Yeah,
Love
but
that.
not like just because it could be taken advantage of, like it doesn't lose utility. Like it's still a golden standard that's worth preserving, and like it's sure you have to like develop awareness of how people might try and take advantage of that, and like that's the difference between
And healthy boundaries.
Yeah, you want to be nice, but you don't want to be harmless. You know what I mean? Like it's like you learn like how to be a formidable person in the world, but still like retaining that sense of being kind to one another. That's my favorite quality in a person.
Yeah,
it's like,
I think nice, but even adding to being not harmless, because you could be nice and stern with your boundaries.
Yeah.
And like not feel to seek harm or be able to do harm, but just not let the kindness being ill-received change the amount of kindness given. It's like you still can give that much kindness.
Yeah.
You just need to be wary of who and when. You know, you
Yeah.
develop like more accuracy almost.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're still pouring out as much as there is.
You learn how to be more judicious with your kindness.
Yeah, that's exactly
Sometimes a
right.
little bit more stingy with your kindness.
Stingy
a
with
little more
that
conservative
kindness.
with your kindness sometimes.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's building boundaries, and again, that comes with knowing yourself and having built relationships and friendships where you start to weed out when it's being received in earnest and when it's
Right.
being taken advantage of, and when things are obviously unnatural or don't fit, and when things do, and then you can just discern a little bit more with more accuracy, a little bit more accurately as you are. I think kindness should always be obviously the golden standard, and even with, you know, people that you might not see eye to eye with, and there's always just respect and being amicable. But yeah, like not laying down and taking like negativity or wrongdoing without consequence or without you know, sharing
if
that.
you mess with the bull, don't be surprised when you get the horns. You know what I mean?
Mad woman.
That one.
Mad woman.
Yeah, don't act surprised.
Nice callback.
Yeah.
Well done.
I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, basically.
That's what you're trying to say.
But yeah, I mean, kindness. Definitely be nice.
I think what we're trying to
Overall-
say is definitely be nice.
You
Overall,
only get 3 seconds with your younger self. Definitely be nice.
definitely be nice.
And then it's like,
sure.
and they're like,
I'm
what?
not sure,
Yeah,
but yeah.
You showed up like a hologram.
Be nice, all
Definitely
gonna be
nice.
Definitely be nice.
What the fuck was that? Your younger self is like, what the fuck was that?
It's like what you say at the end. It's like you're just like, over
Definitely be
it.
nice.
Definitely be nice.
Yeah.
Definitely
Definitely be nice.
Definitely be
I don't
nice.
know.
Definitely be nice.
Definitely be nice. Be nice, I guess. Be sick with it. You know what I mean? Be nice with it. Be nice, man. Just be nice.
If you're gonna do anything, be nice
You
at
play
it.
basketball, be nice with it. You know what I mean?
Be nice at
Kindness.
everything you do.
You're gonna dress nice. You know what I'm saying?
If you're gonna have a flight, have a nice flight.
How did I end up here?
Have a nice flight, dude. A nice flight, dude. Okay.
Make that flight. And my dad, actually, our thing in our family is that we always say, like, fly safe.
Yeah.
And my family, because obviously, like, what can I do about that?
For sure.
I'm not the plan.
For sure.
So my family
Good point.
will always-
I'm gonna stop saying that.
No, we always do fly safe, and the other person always says, I'll do my part.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
I like that. We
I'll
all have a part
participate
to
in
play.
the only way I can.
That's true.
Well,
in a sense,
I mean, it'd be unsafe. Let's say if you flew without shoes on, you might step on something, or if you didn't wear your seatbelt and there was turbulence, and you knew you had to have your seatbelt on.
Yeah.
You knew.
You knew.
The light is
Yeah.
on.
You friggin' knew.
You knew the rules.
If
And
you
broke
smoked in
'em.
the lavatory.
And then you broke them, and then the seatbelt's off. Turbulence hits. You go bam, flying up to the top.
That's on you.
Land back down.
Yeah.
Unsafe.
That's on you.
Unsafe behavior.
But you say, "I'll do my part," and
I'll
you,
do my part.
When that
Click.
light comes on, click. Turbulence ain't got shit
Yeah,
on
yeah.
you.
If you're sitting in the exit row and they're like, "Are you comfortable sitting here? Can you
Say
act
yes.
in an emergency?" Yeah, I'll do my part.
I'll do
I do my part. I'll do my part.
I'll
I'll do my part.
I'll do my part.
They
Cash out
always
to
they
do my
require
part
a
today.
verbal yes, and you say,
They
I'll
do
do my
require
part.
that.
Then they're like, is that a yes? Or
Your part's to like run. Or say hi.
I haven't told them what my part is, but I am gonna do it.
My part is to find the only parachute.
I feel it's important to clarify your seatbelt should always be on.
Your seatbelt should be on even if the seatbelt sign is off.
Is that true?
Yep. is what? Yeah.
I thought that was just like a myth. Like,
A myth that the pilot
Like
says
the
at the beginning of
airplane mode of your
every.
phone?
Yeah.
Be
flight.
honest. Raise your
Yeah.
hand. We'll all close our eyes. Raise your hand if you've had a flight and not turned it off sometimes. 1, 2, 3.
Wait, off or
Like not put your airplane mode on.
yeah, yeah.
that like last month?
And I was like, this flight's
I
going
don't.
down, but I need my phone. No, I'm just
Do you,
kidding.
do you really never, Nora?
No, you can have Wi-Fi.
I love that about you. That's so like you're such
Wow.
a pure soul.
I am a kind of a law-abiding citizen. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wow.
I'm not saying.
Yeah, I've just forgot. Well, once I forgot, and I realized like the plane
plane-
flew. Plane flew smooth,
Plane got
man.
kinda got-
I don't know if that's
that
a real
navigation
thing.
guide's working just fine
I think
to
we
me.
got where we were
Yeah.
meant to go.
Yeah, yeah,
You
I
know what I'm
think everything
saying?
turned out
Airplane
fine.
mode wasn't even touched.
Yeah, I always have it on. I like send my last, okay, taking off, and then I put it on airplane mode. Yeah.
So sweet.
That's
and then I
adorable.
put it on airplane mode. You can get Wi-Fi even with
No,
airplane mode
for
on.
sure, for sure.
You for sure
I do
can.
that too.
Turn your phone on
Eventually, your
airplane mode.
service doesn't
Well,
start.
yeah,
You're
stops
scared,
it stops
and then you're like,
working
"That's
anyway."
unsafe. That's not you doing your part."
You're right. And your family, you mean
That's how you do
it.
your part.
That's your part.
What did I say? I'm doing my part.
You do your part. Oh my god.
Seatbelt is on. Airplane mode is on.
Nora Mae doing her part.
I'm doing my
Nora Mae
part.
doing her part.
We're all doing our part.
We are all doing our part.
Thank you for doing your part on our podcast.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you so much,
Thank you
Nora Mae,
guys.
for
Really.
doing your part.
Honor of a lifetime.
Wow, that's a
Wow,
high
I mean that.
honor.
That really.
I mean,
got it. Nora Mae's Lifetime Honor Award.
We're all gonna think about that as we're falling
That's
asleep
a
tonight.
good. I love that.
I want
Yeah,
a
It's gonna be
plaque.
Honor of a Lifetime.
honor of a lifetime.
I want a plaque.
We're gonna get you a
Okay.
plaque
Thank
that
you.
says that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you
And
so
a
much.
that picture we all taken for the kid. But metallic, like the platinum
like
album
the
plaque.
bust, a little bust
the
of us.
bust of us, like in Star Wars when he's in the Han Solo's in that.
No, I loved this. This is a blast.
This was a
It was
blast,
a lot
and
of
it
fun.
also felt how it's always felt hanging with you by a fire, Nora.
Yeah,
It really
really.
just fills my cup. It feels like I almost like through your perfect articulation of what you're going through and what you've experienced, I'm able to better clarify the parts of my experience that are resonant. And I'm like, it's like we were saying stories do. But that's how conversations feel with you. So it's nice to have you.
That's so
Thank you very
touching.
much for
Thank
being
you.
on.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's really
Wow. I think the fire
That's a
agrees.
pretty great way to end it. Nora Mae, before we go, where can we listen to all the music that you have created?
Yes. On all of the streaming platforms, wherever you stream your music, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Napster, whatever,
all of it.
Deezer, everywhere.
Find it.
YouTube. And then you can find me on Instagram and on TikTok. Please don't look at my TikTok though.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. We are doing our best. We are doing our part. At Nora Mae Official, NORAMAE Official, on everything.
You heard it.
You heard it here
first.
live
First.
Yeah, you did.
at Keepers of the Fire.
Keeps
Yeah.
of the fire.
All right, we'll
Thanks
see you
for
next
keeping the
time.
fire with me.
Yeah, well, thank you.
It's a privilege.
It was an honor.
And
Honor
thank
of
you
a
to
life.
everyone listening, keeping their own fires at home.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Do y'all want to say another little thing about leading into the second song?
Oh yeah.
Do you
There's a
wanna-
bonus
Oh.
song.
Oh,
bonus
yeah.
content.
Bonus.
Surprise! We're still
back.
here.
We're back. We came
So I
back.
thought you
Jesse.
were wondering. You were like, wait,
Encore,
there says there's
encore.
more time on the podcast. It says
Don't go
7, 8
anywhere.
more minutes.
So
What's going
weird.
on? Is that like just a long ending? No. Nora Mae is going to perform another song with guitarist Jacob Something, and it is called, Nora, what is it called?
This is Sweet Serenity. It's the last song on the EP and one of my personal favorites. I know it is my mom's favorite. Yeah, so it's the last song on the EP, sort of the ending, and it feels like a natural ending of. So yes,
Yes, fire. The fire agrees.
and yay.
Very natural ending.
And
also
yay.
yay.
And yay. All right. All
Also
right,
yay.
stick around. Enjoy.
Sweet serenity. I've been spending so much time with only me. I've been learning a lot about myself. Things I probably put off 'cause it hurt to face that part of me. Sweet serenity. Spend time looking in mirrors I had to see. They put my precious ego in place,
Finally, I'm done avoiding her face. And at the end of the day, nothing is a waste. Sweet serenity. Sweet serenity. I've been learning the lessons I ought to be. Like when someone tells you who they are, believe them and have empathy. Sweet serenity. Think I'll make a good mother to somebody someday, if I'm meant to be. Serenity. And at the end of the day, nothing's been a waste. Sweet serenity. Sweet serenity. I've been falling more in love with life lately. I'm still working on being more patient, losing attachment to labels, surrendering. Thank you, Jacob.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Keepers of the Fire